Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Bluebird Magic, or welcome back if you've been here before. Thank you so much for being here and for spending this time with me, and I hope you get something good out of your time spent here. Alright, so as probably most of you, well, anybody who's not new would know, this is not my usual thing. This is not my usual setup. I usually have way more lighting than this, and it's usually not nearly this. It's not at nighttime, it's not this cozy. But I decided to do something a little different this time because I just don't, frankly, feel that good. But I did feel like I wanted to do a reading, and I just didn't want all the lights. I just didn't want to deal with that. I thought this is going to be way more comfortable if I don't have that. And I thought, like, maybe you guys will find it cozy too, or like you won't mind, hopefully. I figure whoever this reading finds, if you feel drawn to it, there's probably a reason. So hopefully this will be suitable and it'll be okay. But yeah, I just thought it would be nice to do a reading. I felt like doing one. Right now, we're still in like a severe geomagnetic storm. Well, we were having the storm when I was doing this reading. And I feel kind of like I'm just not feeling my best at the moment. Those tend to affect me quite a bit. So, like solar flares and things like that tend to affect me in general. So, and this one's a big one. This one's a strong one. So, anyway, like these are affecting people who aren't even that sensitive to energy and stuff. So, so I don't know what this reading is going to be. I was editing another love reading that I did, and I was just going to focus on that. But then as I was editing it, I just felt like, I don't know, but I just felt like I wanted to do another reading. So here I am. I don't really know what this is going to be, though. I know it's going to be a love reading, but I'm kind of thinking it might be more like, I don't know if we're going to get like a pep talk from your future spouse's higher self, like them in spirit, or if we're going to get like encouraging messages from them, or like what would their higher self want to tell you right now, like sort of like or tell you something about your future. I don't know what it might be, or if we're gonna get or maybe like what they'll love about. I don't know what this is gonna be, honestly, guys. I think I'm just gonna grab whatever deck I feel called to, and then we're just gonna kind of see what comes out from there. So it'll be love, and I think it's gonna be like future spouse focused, or like long-term partner, that kind of love focus, but I'm not sure what it's gonna be. Anyway, okay. All right, I'm going to see which deck I feel called to. 1 second. Does this one feel right? You can skip this, by the way. I'll put in timestamps, or I'll probably put a little thing, like in writing that tells you can skip to the timestamps, so you probably already know that by now, but first I'm going to do a tiny energy cleanse. All right. That's a little bit of selenite. All right. Oops. Try not to light yourself on fire, Caitlin. Oh my gosh. I have a candle right here, and I don't usually have a candle that close to me. And I just almost lit myself on fire, so getting off to a great start here. Oh dear. Okay. I'm not sure if I should do this one or if I should do the Way of the Panda Tarot. I'm actually kind of feeling tarot today. And I'm usually not. Recently, I haven't been doing as much tarot. I just noticed that the other day. I was like, huh, I actually haven't used tarot that much. Not on purpose. It just kind of just didn't really feel that called to it. Just been mostly doing oracle text. Okay. A little crowded here. Have to clear these out. Honestly, this is really calming. This is really nice. I know I'm really enjoying this setting actually. Usually I just feel like I'm sitting, you know, like there's so much light like glaring at me, and it's uncomfortable. Group 1. And I'll put these side by side in a minute so that you can, like, I'll put some footage of all the cards laid out next to each other in a minute so that you can do your usual type of choosing with the meditation music if you want. We're getting a pretty spiritual reading today. That's cool. I mean, I guess that makes sense. I do feel like we're getting messages from like the spirit of your person, you know, like their consciousness, their higher self. The part of them that knows you already in spirit, even if you haven't met yet, or spirit guides are coming through. But for some of you, I'm feeling like in my collective, I feel this has come up more than once. I think for some of you in my collective, your future spouse is like almost like a spirit guide for you guys. So doesn't have to be the case, but this is still going to be like a message from like their spirit, basically. All right, group 3. Okay. I think we're good. Did I hold up group 4? I forget now. I'm sorry guys, this geomagnetic storm is really giving me some pretty bad brain fog at the moment, which probably means this is not a great time to do this reading, but I felt like doing it, so here we are. It will be what it will be, and I hope that it will, you know, it'll find someone that can benefit from it, hopefully. So I know that this video will find whoever it's for, and I can't remember what I was gonna say. Basically, this is what it is. I hope that it helps somebody. Okay, now I'm gonna let you see the groups side by side. And oh yeah, I wanted to say, as always, thank you so much to all of my beautiful subscribers. Thank you guys for being here with me, and thank you for all the love and support, guys. It really means so much, and I appreciate you all, truly do. So yeah, anyway, thank you for everything you do. It really means a lot, guys. Anyway, thank you for being here, and let's get into the reading. Okay, so I'm going to show you all of the cards side by side, and I'm also going to show you the crystals close up. So for group 1, we have selenite, trying to get its shininess to show up, but it's not. There you can see a little bit of its light. It's really pretty in person. So that's group 1. For group 2, we have 3 pieces. We have 3 crystals here. So at the top here we have Lemurian quartz, and underneath it we have a rose quartz heart, and underneath that we have celestite, so hopefully you can see all those well enough. And then for group 3 we have this rose quartz strawberry. Sorry about all the noise from bumping the mic, by the way, guys. I just think it's so cute. I love this. I bought this when my channel was eligible for monetization. Like, I don't know why I can't say it. I got this when my channel was monetized to celebrate, so it's kind of a special strawberry. I just thought it was so cute. Anyway, then we have group 4 with aquamarine and this piece of, I think it's a wasp nest that a crow gave to me. They left it for me as a gift for chasing off a fox that was trying to eat other animals. So, and they've done this before if I've scared off a predator that was around. So anyway, I'm just mentioning this in case it has any sort of relevance to you, like in case it's a sign or synchronicity or something. But yeah, so we have a gift from the crows, a wasp nest piece, and aquamarine. At least they told me it was aquamarine when I got it identified, so it should be. For years I didn't know what it was. I got it when I was really young out of like a little machine. It was kind of like a gumball machine but with crystals in it, like rocks in it. at a museum, I think, and I didn't know what it was for years, and then someone ID'd it for me and said that it was aquamarine. Anyway, these are your choices. I'll leave you alone now to meditate if you still need a minute to choose, and I will I feel like I was gonna say, oh yeah, you could definitely choose more than one group if you wanted to, if you felt called to that. Just follow your intuition. Just let your intuition guide you as usual, and just see what you find, see what resonates. And all right, I will see you in your reading. Okay, and if you still need a minute to choose, you can pause the video and take as much time as you need, and I'll see you in your reading. Hi, group 1. Welcome to your reading. I almost said thank you for your reading. I don't know what that's about, but I almost just said that, so I don't know, but that's what almost popped out, so I don't know what that means, but I guess maybe it's going to be a really good reading or something, like thank you for letting me read for you. Well, I mean, yes. Actually, that is nice. I do want to say that to you. Thank you for letting me read for you. I always forget to say that. I mean it, I feel it, but I forget to. Anyway, your card is Pillar of Light. Your vibration is rising. You are the Oracle. Okay, which I just realized you can't see it because we're in the dark. Okay, so this is an issue with the lighting. Ow. Well, sorry. I'm sorry about that. I didn't think this part through. Well, it's a woman standing in like a pillar of light, basically. Anyway. Your vibration is rising, guys. Okay, so maybe you guys, okay, what I'm getting is that your future spouse or your person, we'll just call him your person in spirit. Like, your person wants to tell you that they're so proud. We're just going to call him your person, whether this is your future spouse, life partner, true love, whatever term you want to give to it. We're just going to call him your person for the simplicity's sake and, to make it easier. So anyway, but you'll know who you intend to hear from here. Okay, so they're really proud of you right now for working on your vibration and spiritual spiritual development. And I'm just getting that you have this beautiful light about you guys. Like, you are stepping into your role, is something that I heard, or you're stepping into like a higher level of responsibility is something else I heard, or a higher level of consciousness. It's like you're stepping into a new phase, or a new, like a higher, basically a higher level in something. But this does feel spiritual for most of you, or it does feel like this has to do with yeah, like ascension is something else I heard, or like spiritual awakening or spiritual growth, you know, like you're ascending to a new level basically, or you've been working on that. And they're really proud of you because you are just, it's like I'm hearing you become more and more beautiful every day. It's like your light grows more and more every day, and your awareness and your consciousness expands. And yeah, I just keep hearing expansive. So I'm hearing your aura is becoming more magnetic, and your aura, like your energy, is becoming very, very attractive to like all kinds of really beautiful people and experiences and energies. And it's just beautiful. You are so beautiful right now, guys. And you, again, I just keep hearing you get more and more beautiful every day. And that's not just your outward appearance, although I feel like maybe it could be maybe some of you have been going through a glow up of sorts, but also but it's mostly what I'm getting is your insides. Again, it's like your energy. And I do feel like maybe some of you have been going through a spiritual awakening, where it's like I'm just seeing an egg. I'm seeing an egg cracking open, and there is like a rainbow light, and it, like, as it cracks open, there's just like this huge, like, it just pours out, like there's just an enormous amount of light inside of it. And I feel like you guys are the egg, and it's just like it's like I'm getting that you just started cracking open, and like the light is pouring out through the cracks, but it's like when that egg fully breaks open, it's just gonna be like boom, you know, like there's just, it's like a huge flood of light, like you are just full. I don't know why I'm getting that image, but it's like you are like this gigantic, powerful, really powerful beam of light. Like, you're really powerful, guys. And yeah, I feel like you have psychic abilities awakening, or maybe you have always had them, or they're reawakening maybe, but there's something here because you are the oracle. So you guys do have psychic abilities, or it's like you're going to be working on developing those very soon if you aren't working on that already. But yeah, it's like you might be getting some sort of you might even be unlocking some sort of clairvoyance or clairaudience or something like that. That doesn't have to be the case for all of you, but you are going to be able to do some sort of divination though. And you are receiving like spiritual messages. And I feel like that's going to keep getting stronger and stronger for you. I feel like you're just exploring so much right now. And I feel like I heard tip of the iceberg, you know, you are only at the tip of the iceberg here. It's like you've only uncovered like a very small portion so far of the incredible light that you are, basically. Like the radiance and the hearing the majesticness or the I don't know if that's the right word, but the majesty of your soul is unfolding. And I'm getting that even though you're already so beautiful and such a light, it's like you've still only just scratched the surface. Like I'm just hearing you have no idea how much beauty is inside of you. And it's just, you're glowing, but there's just so much more in there to uncover. And yeah, I just keep hearing you have no idea, like and I'm also hearing like, if you could see yourself the way I see you, or like if you could see all of the layers, like if you could see the beauty of your soul. They wish you could see like the beauty of your soul the way they do. They said you're going to. I think you're going to be able to. Like, you're in the process of unfolding and discovering the depths of the beauty of your spirit, your soul, and of everyone else's spirits, souls, the universe. So much light. You are a pillar of light. That's basically, you're just a light. You're beautiful, beautiful light. And you're in the process of discovering that. I know I've kind of repeated myself, but yeah, I think that's the message, guys. They're just really proud of you for like going on this journey, and they're excited for you because you're doing all this exciting stuff. And I think you're going to have a lot of, like, it's going to be, I'm hearing really cool. Like, it's going to be a fun experience for you. Like delving into these psychic gifts, or delving into this sort of spiritual, this realm. Maybe it's kind of new for some of you if you chose this group, but yeah, your intuition, we can also call it intuition if you want. If you're more uncomfortable with like the term psychic gifts, you could just say that this is like your intuition is getting incredibly strong, and you might start having more like precognitive dreams, like dreams of things before they happen, or seeing people in meditation before you meet them, or seeing things in meditation before they happen. Things like that might start happening more for you. And or you might even be getting visions, or you might be getting clairvoyant, some sort of clairsentient, some sort of clair messages. So, or you might be realizing that what you have been experiencing for all of your life is actually a type of clair, which you might not have realized before. Or that, you might not have realized how intuitive you are before, or didn't see it a certain way, and like you're starting to see things from a different perspective. And it's making it more exciting, or it's making it much more, I'm just getting that your life is becoming so much more beautiful, basically, and richer, and more vibrant, and having more depth, and excitement, and like wonder. Like I'm just seeing like more wonder and awe. Like you're discovering more wonder and awe for, like, you're just feeling that more for the world around you, because you're seeing you're seeing like another layer to things, or so many more layers to things than you used to. And again, I'm getting, you've only scratched the surface. It's like everything's awakening, and all these things you didn't realize were there before, you're realizing they are, and you're experiencing them, and you're seeing them, and you're feeling them, and it's just magical. And a large part of that, again, is what's inside of you, or you're seeing how you are a part of it, how you're a part of it all, how you're connected to it all, and like what part you play in that, or you're interacting with these things and realizing just like what you can do, or what you can do with these gifts, or how you can experience the world in a completely different way than you did before, or I don't know, maybe just like with in an additional way, or there's like maybe it's not completely different. For some of you it is, but for others of you maybe it doesn't feel completely different than the way you lived your life before, but it's still like way better. Like there's just this huge upgrade. That's what I'm getting. Upgrade. It's a huge upgrade that you've had. Like an energetic upgrade, and an upgrade in your awareness and everything. So could be also like an upgrade in your energy body. I mean, everything is connected. So as you know, everything kind of shifts together. So if your mind and your awareness and everything are shifting, so is your body. So is your like physical body, so is your energy body. Well, your energy body is kind of physical in a way too, but it's a subtle energy rather than like, well, anyway, everything's energy. But we're not going to get into that too much. But basically, you guys, I think this is what I've got for you. They're really proud of you. They're really happy for you. Because like you're embracing the beauty that's always been there. Anyway, I just saw 333, by the way. I think this is it. All right, and we're just going to get a couple little channeled message cards for you. Just little extra romance messages that they might want to say to you before we go here. Oh my gosh, this person thinks, listen, your person thinks the world of you. Like all of this about how beautiful your soul is and what a beautiful light you are to the world and how magnificent and amazing you are. This is just coming through again in these. It says you're a gift to this world. I don't know if you can, oh right, it's backwards and it's dark. Sorry, but that's what it says. You're a gift to this world. So this person is just, they really do think you're just absolutely amazing. That is just what keeps coming through. Yeah. And this one says, how could I not love you? Exactly. They're just like, you're magnificent. You are just a star. You're yeah, you really are, because you got that light. You're like a supernova is what I'm hearing, like energetically. At least that's how this person sees you, but that's what I think you are, group 1. So oh my gosh, and this says, are you or were you being genuine? So I'm just getting like, maybe I'm getting like this might be you, or like at first they might have thought you were too good to be true, or they were wondering like, are you really this amazing? But or this is like how they will think at first because you're so, but I'm actually getting this might be you. Like you're thinking maybe this isn't true, or like if you do know this person already and they told you something like this, or they saw this in you, you might not have thought this was real at first, or maybe you thought, oh no, I don't think, this could be, I don't think I'm really that, like, I don't think I'm that much of a light, or I don't think I'm that amazing. I don't know, but or you just thought, I'm not sure. It'll be different for all of you. Just take whatever resonates. But I think maybe some of you weren't sure if this was true. But it is. And this really is how this person sees you. And that's how I see you. Yeah, light worker. You're a light worker, guys. You are. Again, with the light, there's so much light. You are a light worker. You use the light of your heart and your soul to help heal people or to uplift people. You contribute to humanity to the world, to the planet, in a very significant way. You are divinely guided and divinely protected, and you are an absolute powerhouse, is what I'm hearing when it comes to the light. You are a force for good, and you are actually a really strong one. You're a really strong force for good. You are a powerful light worker. Again, you are this pillar of light, like you're a massive light. I cannot stress this enough. If you were drawn to this group, you're kind of a big deal, like in the spirit realm. You really are. That's beautiful. I'm honored to read for you guys. This says you inspire me. Okay, you really inspire this person, which makes sense. Oh my gosh, this says you're precious to me. This person, again, your person, they're like, they practically worship you guys, like seriously. But I get it, like it would be hard not to, because you are just such a beautiful little light. Not a little light, you're big light. You're just freaking giant light. Like it's powerful. Again, it's so strong. You are really strong force for good. Like you were really strong. And I noticed there, it actually sounded like I said you were really strong, because sometimes when I channel, I think I say one thing, but I actually say another. Like I notice a lot, I should have said a certain word or a certain letter, and I just like drop it, or it, I leave it out for some reason. And I don't know, I do strange things sometimes when I channel and I don't realize it at the time. And I noticed it really sounded like I said were. So for some of you, it could be like that you have been a light worker for a while. Some of you here, you might already know that you are a light worker. Maybe you've been doing some sort of light work, but maybe you didn't call it that, or maybe you didn't see it that way, or maybe you didn't realize the significance of it before. Either that, or yeah, and maybe you're going through another upgrade, like things are getting stronger for you. Things are it's like I don't know, but there's something about strength increasing, or again, you're getting a new type of spiritual gift, so if this is something where you've already had a spiritual awakening and you've been walking a spiritual path, then this might just be like another level, like another upgrade for you. But for others of you, I was really getting that there definitely are some people here where this might be a pretty new thing for you. So anyway, but also I was getting something about past lives too. Some of you may have done this I would feel like most of you, if not all of you here, have done this in a past life. You have done some sort of spiritual work, or some sort of you had a big role in the past too, in past lives. This is not your first, I'm hearing this is not your first rodeo. This is not your first lifetime doing this sort of thing. And I feel like you're going to be uncovering that about yourself. You might be uncovering past lives soon too. That might be something that you look into, or you might want to look into. You might even start having some dreams or like visions or something like that about your past lives. That's possible as well. Anyway, you are meant to, or maybe you already have, change people's lives, or you're meant to change something big in the world, or you're meant to shed light on something that's really important, or you're meant to uncover something or invent something, discover something, change something, show people a different way of doing something, or a different way of being, or create very beautiful things. But you're meant to like uplift and inspire and heal. I think a lot of you are very, very powerful healers as well. Again, there's so many different ways that this light can pour out of you, and so many different shapes that this energy can take. So many different things you can do with this, but all of it is a really huge contribution to human, to mankind, and also to animal kind, to, well, you know, humans are animals, a type of animal, but you know what I'm saying anyway, but, or to the planet, you know, but living beings, you're contributing so much, or like maybe even plants, I don't know, but whatever it is, you're contributing to the world, you know, whatever it is you're contributing, or whatever you do, it's big. It is a huge contribution, or it's like it's meant to be. I think it might already have been too. Like, I think you make even more of an impact than you realize, even just being, like, even just existing and going where you go. I think you leave a lasting impact on people. That's like, people are, their lives are better after they have had contact with you, basically. But we're not going to get too much into it, because this is going to be different for all of you, as to like what you actually do for your light work. But whatever it is, it's really making a difference, and it will make more of a difference in the future. Like, anything you do is going to make a huge impact. That is just, yeah, and this person sees that in you. You know, your person sees all of this in you and just thinks you're amazing. Like, they see this light, and yeah. And this says, I'm having trouble focusing on work or school because I can't stop thinking about you. Okay, so that could be the case for some, if you already know this person. Could even be like, if you don't know this person yet, maybe they're just having daydreams about like their future person, you know, like their future spouse, or they've been like manifesting, focusing on like attracting in their soulmate, or attracting in, you know, their future spouse, through like thinking about what it will feel like, and, you know, through prayer and things like that. So this says, I really appreciate your advice. So if you gave this person some sort of guidance or advice, or like told them something, they really appreciate it. And on the bottom of the deck, it says, you give the best hugs. Okay, so if you haven't hugged this person yet, they imagine that you give like the best hugs, which I guess makes sense, because you have this beautiful, beautiful like healing light about you. You have this beautiful energy. So like, to be, and sorry about saying the word like so many times, guys. I don't know why it's like this, but sometimes it's worse than others. Sometimes I say it a lot, and other times I really don't say it that much. So it's actually possible that the person I'm, you know, connecting with, or again, it's a collective, so there's more than one person, but it could be that one of the people coming through excuse me. Sorry about the microwave. This is a chaotic voiceover now. Could be that the person I'm connecting with says that a lot, or it could be that you say that a lot too, because sometimes I pick up on things like that in my readings. So that's a possibility. Either that, or maybe that's one of your pet peeves. Maybe that's something that really annoys you, and in that case, I'm sorry guys, I can't control it. It is what it is. The way I speak when I do these readings, it is what it is. I really can't control it that much. It's like what comes out. So sometimes I don't even remember what I just said. So I'm not sure why it works that way, but the way in which I'm using my brain when I'm receiving like Claire messages, it's not the same as a normal day. And I mean, I'm not going to say I never say the word like, but I said it more than I usually do in this reading. So, or at least I'm noticing it. So I felt like I should address it and mention it. But anyway, moving on. yeah, anyway, so they've been thinking they really want to hug you if they haven't yet. They just feel like it would be like being enveloped. It's like even just talking to you, they can feel your light, and you just radiate that everywhere. But they're like to actually be like enveloped in like this warm, glowing, like divine light that they feel like you have. It would just be like bliss. Like it would be beautiful and amazing. And you know what? This is reminding me of one of the readings that I just did, like a group in one of the readings I just did. But anyway, and if they have hugged you already, it's like the best thing ever. They just can't get enough of your hugs. They think it's like, I mean, because some people don't really focus that much on hugs. They're like, hugs. But like this person is just like, this is like one of the best, like the best experiences they've ever had. Or it's just like, I don't know. I just, like it just feels like, again, it feels divine. I was hearing it's like hugging. This sounds so weird to say, but like, I think I know what they're trying to say, but I heard it's like being hugged by Jesus. But that just sounds so weird to say that to someone. But like, it's like that sort of like what you would imagine being like, like you would feel completely, I guess it's like maybe you would feel completely safe and like you have that, oh yes, of course, the light, the Christ light, you have that energy, you have like that Christ consciousness, that Christ, it's like his type of light that it's like you it's that same type of consciousness, or it's that same sort of resonance, or that same sort of frequency. It's the same light, it's the same vibration, or like something very similar. But or maybe Yeshua, Jesus, is like a very special guide for you. Like maybe you pray to him, or I don't know, but you like embody, there's some, or you will, or it's like you do, or you will continue to embody his energy even more. And that doesn't mean that you're gonna, like, what you're gonna do with your life is gonna be just like what he did, but it's again, it's like it's an energy. But I don't know, I'm seeing like this picture that just keeps coming to me though. First, or like maybe Mary Magdalene is something else coming in, which was his partner. Or at least, I mean, you don't learn about that in Christianity usually, but it is thought that Mary Magdalene was like actually his partner. So like his wife. I'm getting her, so maybe you have sort of if you're like a feminine, maybe you have more like her energy, or but again, you still have that, but there's just a lot coming through about, I just keep hearing Christ consciousness, or Christ light. It's very pure and noble, and it's just good. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just, I'm not as eloquent maybe today. Who am I kidding? I struggle most days, but I feel like I want to find more eloquent words for you guys, because you're just so beautiful, but I'm struggling. But you're just so good, basically. And I'm seeing this picture that it's still, actually, no, I do. Yeah, no, it is still in my house. Okay. It's in a weird spot. Like, so I always forget that it's there for some reason. Anyway, there's this picture in my house of, I was raised Christian. So there used to be like pictures of Jesus like everywhere. But, like I literally had, like, there were people in my family that were members of the church and like ministers and things like that. So that was a very common thing. That's a whole boatload of religious trauma we're not going to get into here. But this is not, anyway, I don't consider myself any one religion. I don't, at this point. I explored a lot of different religions, and, you know, I consider myself just like spiritual now. And I don't know why I'm even sharing that. But anyway, I guess it's just because I didn't want anybody who was like I didn't want it to feel like I was trying to push a religion on any of you. I think you know that, though. I think you would be able to sense that because of your energy and everything. So anyway, I probably didn't even need to say that or go into that. But point is, there's a picture of Jesus in my house. And I actually really liked this one. You know, like some of the ones at my grandparents' houses were actually kind of creepy. But like this one, I always get like a really warm feeling, and I think is actually like a really beautiful picture. And it's like Jesus is holding this lamb and like just like cuddling it. I think he has his eyes closed and he's just like holding the lamb, and I think the lamb has its eyes closed, and that's what I'm getting, like that. Oh right, he's hugging the lamb. Oh, I don't know why this is so sweet, but like, why am I crying? I don't even know why I'm tearing up right now. This is embarrassing, but like they feel, I don't know. Like, again, you have such a healing energy, and I know that this is, there's just like so much sweetness. Like this is not a very, you know, like a lot of times there will be, I don't know, there's just something so pure and innocent about this group for some reason. Like the love is so sweet. It's just really sweet. But this person feels like they're like that little lamb in the Jesus picture. Like when you give hugs, it feels like they're just like this. I don't know what to tell you. This is probably the strangest message you've ever heard. But this person feels like they're being hugged by, like they're this little lamb being hugged by Jesus, basically. Like, I'm sorry. I never know what strange messages I'm gonna get. But like, I just deliver the message, okay? Although I kind of get this though, because like I think I've actually felt, I still don't know if I'm describing this right, but like I know the feeling that I'm trying to, and I know I know it's strange. Maybe it's strange, maybe it's not strange, I don't know. But they feel like healed in a way. And they feel safe. Like they feel completely safe. Like that, I don't know. That's what I get when I see that picture. Like that lamb feels completely safe. Like nothing will ever hurt it, you know? And it's just completely content and relaxed and at peace. And just like basking in this beautiful, like again, like this divine healing, comforting light. And I know that I just keep saying, you're light, and they love that. It really is like you just radiate bliss. Like you just are this bliss bomb is what I heard. You're like a bliss bomb. I don't know, but it's like you're so strong. Again, your energy is so strong. It's like when you walk in the room, or when you're even just like maybe in the general vicinity, maybe even just if you move into a place, it's like the entire area changes. I don't know, like you're that strong. It's like they did I read about some studies they did with like, I think it was Buddhist monks that were were very strong energetically, and they placed them in certain areas and had them meditate and do their thing, live their lives in that area for a certain span of time, and they measured like the crime rates around like a specific radius and stuff, and forget what they said usually, but you could literally see like a circle, like there was literally like a zone where the crime rate dropped dramatically around the area where those Buddhist monks were living, and it like literally shifted the energy. It shifted that, like, this stuff can sometimes have really powerful effects, and I'm getting like, I don't know, but there, some of you might be like that, or you're going to become like that, where literally just you existing within a space actually like changes the energy and the people's energy within it, and for the better, or I don't know. All I know is that you are very powerful, and this person feels that, and like maybe it feels weird to be I've like maybe it feels weird to be this worshipped, but like you deserve it though, group one. That's kind of what I feel like. The card, how could I not love you, came out, you know, like that's how they feel. Like, how could I not feel this way? Like, maybe you get this a lot though, and you're thinking, oh, this is, I don't know. But your person, the thing is, your person is also light. That's what I'm getting. This is not just someone who, like, I'm hearing a groupie. This is not just someone who follows you around, like trying to get things from you, or like just trying to basically siphon energy off of you. I don't know, but this is someone on your level though, is what I'm getting. Like, your person is on your level. They see your light and they just kind of like worship you in a way, but like also they are on your level though. They are also a very strong, beautiful pillar of light as well. So you're equally matched. I feel like this is a divine counterpart connection for a lot of you here in group one. Doesn't have to be, just take what resonates, but I'm really getting that. So like some sort of divine union, like the universe brought you guys together, or like you were destined to be partners. Just saw 3553. Like kingdom spouses or something. There are different terms for these types, like a soulmate connection, or different people have different beliefs of like what different terms mean and stuff, but you could resonate with the labels of soulmates, twin flames, divine counterparts, or kingdom spouses, basically, are the ones that I'm remembering at the moment, at least. This one says, I get so nervous to speak to you. Okay, so if this person seems like they clam up, or they start rambling, or whatever it is, they definitely get nervous. Or if they like take a while to respond or something, or they start saying the word like a whole bunch, like I did in this reading. I don't know, guys. I don't know what it is about this reading. I don't know. I can't even tell if I said it more than usual, but it really feels like I said it more than usual, but I'm definitely really noticing it. And it's even bugging me, and I feel really self-conscious about it. And I'm sorry about it, guys, because I know I've had people in my comments like complaining about it before. It's been a while. But I really can't control it. I do the best I can, but I am sorry. I really just hope this didn't like screw up the message for anyone though, because it was a really beautiful energy coming through. So I just really hope this was good enough. And again, I am sorry if it's annoying you. Maybe it's not though. Maybe this is just me. Maybe I'm just having an off day. Sometimes I just get, I don't know, maybe this is completely I can't tell where the energies are coming from. I'm like, is this mine? Is this yours? I can't tell. I really can't. Maybe it's a little bit of both, but I'm like, why am I hating on myself so badly? And like, I'm editing this reading and I literally cannot, like, I can't bear it. Like sometimes I will edit something and it feels just like it's so hard for me. Like I do not want to watch the reading back. And that sometimes that actually prevents me from getting content out because I'll just like chicken out. Sometimes I will just start, I struggle sometimes. Usually I do pretty well, but sometimes I just get like blocked and I feel so bad about myself that I can't seem to listen. Like it just bothers me, and then I will beat myself up, and it's not pretty, and I try not to do it, and I can get myself back into a good place again. But I don't know. I don't know why I'm even telling you guys about this. Maybe this is something you struggle with as well, or maybe your person does, and this is like just some insight into their mind. I don't know. Maybe. And like sometimes I do really well and I don't actually care at all. And I'm feeling very free spirited and just like, la-di-da. I don't know. It's not hard for me. I'm just like, I'm good enough. It's fine. And I feel pretty confident. I feel good. I'm just able to kind of go with the flow, and it's not a big problem. And other times too, I feel blocked getting readings out or doing something because I know intuitively that like something is trying to block me for some other reason or slow me down for whatever reason. There's like a divine purpose to it. But then other times it really is just my own personal struggle. I don't know. So maybe your person's like that too, or maybe you are, because I do read you guys a lot too. Like sometimes you come through the readings. You know what? I feel like I'm supposed to, I know this is weird, but it's not really weird, but I feel like I'm supposed to bring this up for some reason. Maybe this is actually going to help someone. Maybe you hadn't noticed before. If you're a guy, I guess just disregard this part because this would not apply to you. But although, like if you have I think all information is good to have, especially if you end up with a partner that is a female, like this could be helpful information. But anyway, if you're a woman like who menstruates or someone who menstruates, you might really notice a huge difference between your follicular phase and your luteal phase of your cycle, because like your menstrual cycle is not just your period, it happens, it's a cycle. You go through many different phases of your cycle of hormones every month. So your follicular phase is the phase during which your body is producing a lot of estrogen and kind of building up to releasing the egg from your ovary. And during that time, most women feel very energized. We feel really good. You feel braver. You feel stronger. You feel happier. Like all of these things are well studied too. Like this is a common thing. And then right after, or maybe it's literally directly before the egg comes out or right afterwards, there's like a huge plummet of hormones. It's like it completely tanks. Like if you look at a chart of hormones, it's like it goes up to this huge peak. Like it's like at its highest, and it's really, really high compared to the rest of the month, right before ovulation. And that's usually when women feel the best. We're like, I'm on top of the world. I can conquer anything. I feel I'm hearing 13 going on 30. I'm 30, flirty, and what am I saying? We feel I just need to abandon this. Anyway, you feel flirty and thriving and happy. Why can't I say 30, flirty, and thriving? There, I got it. Was that what she said in the movie? I think it was. I don't know, guys. Anyway, I have to get back to the point. Point is, you feel really great right before ovulation. And then when ovulation hits, you feel like hell. You feel horrible. Like maybe you didn't notice before. Maybe you didn't correlate this with ovulation before. But like it plummets. It plummets like not instantly, but it's like a really steep plummet all at once. And that feels like your body is almost like in withdrawal, like it feels horrible. And it's kind of like a shock to the system. And I feel like I was supposed to tell you this because maybe you didn't know this, because maybe you're thinking, I almost feel like I'm PMSing, but I'm not. But the things happening in your hormones, it's, you know, it's similar to like what happens before you start your period. So, and in some ways it's more, extreme, at least if you're looking at a chart of hormones. It's like, it's a really steep plummet. Anyway, it doesn't feel good. And or at least for most of us, we don't feel good. Like for some people, everyone's different. So for some people, they might not feel that bad, or they might not notice much of a change. But like if you chart it, I think most people would notice. They would start to notice a pattern, like, oh yeah, I didn't feel that good on that day, you know? Or like, oh, I always wondered why when I felt like this all of a sudden. And then you might notice, oh, that's because that's actually how I feel when I ovulate. So, or like right after I ovulate. Because again, like right before you ovulate, you feel great. And at ovulation, you usually feel pretty good. But then like right after, you feel, anyway, for most people at least. Or at least a lot of people. So after that, you enter your luteal phase. After the egg has been released, if you don't get pregnant, then you're in your luteal phase, and that goes on for the next 2 weeks until you start your period. Well, roughly 2 weeks, you know, on average, until you start your period. And during that time period, you feel, well, most women feel very different than they did in their follicular phase. It's not as extreme for some as for others, but maybe for you it's more pronounced, because I felt like I was supposed to bring this up. And, you know, for some women, it almost feels like you're two different people. I mean, maybe not quite that extreme, but like I started noticing that if I had a really strong issue with being mean to myself and very, very critical, it was during my luteal phase. It's always during my luteal phase. It's almost never during my follicular phase. During that phase, I usually do so well. And then luteal phase, you know, and it's funny because I learned recently that this is a common thing. Like, this is a common thing. A lot of women go through this, where you know you've ovulated because now you hate yourself. Basically, it's like, you know, that's over and you're in your luteal phase now because you suddenly hate yourself. Like, that's just what happens sometimes. And it's not just the PMS time. Like PMS a lot of times is like a few days to the week before you start your period. That's when it's usually supposed to be. But for a lot of women, we feel bad, you know, the whole 2 weeks after ovulation, not just a few days before our period. So anyway, you might still feel worse the few days before your period, and it's different for everyone who menstruates. Like, it's different for everybody, but for a lot of us, that's how it goes. Anyway, I just thought I should mention this because this really helped me out a lot recently, and it helped me to be kinder to myself and easier on myself too, because I would kind of like, it's kind of crazy, but like I would kind of beat up on myself for beating up on myself too. I was like, oh, why can't I get this? Like, why do I feel insecure? Why does this happen? You know, I'm like, I was doing so well. I was doing so well with the self-love. I was doing so well with the confidence, or I was doing so well with like the not being perfectionistic and not being so hard on myself. I'm like, I was doing so good. And then I'm like, and then it just all crashed and burned, and I don't understand. And I tracked it, and I'm like, oh my God, it's like clockwork. It's every time this happens, this is what it is. So, and with that knowledge, I'm now able to kind of like prepare better for it. So even though I feel that way, at least then I'm not hard on myself for feeling that way, and it tends to be not as bad. And because I know why it's happening and when it's going to happen in general, I can like better support, I can kind of plan for it and better support my mental health, and also try not to plan like really important decisions. Like, I know sometimes it happens during the wrong time and you just can't avoid it. You have to make some decision, but for the most part, I try not to plan like really important things during the times when I know I'm going to be feeling the most vulnerable. And, because I also don't feel physically as strong either. It's kind of like I can't lift things the same as I can during my follicular phase. I literally don't have the physical strength either. And, I've noticed that also impacts my feelings towards myself. Like when I don't feel physically as strong, I just don't feel like mentally or emotionally as strong either. And it just kind of all goes together. But anyway, I'm not trying to make this about me. I'm literally just sharing my story so you can see yourself, just in case someone out there might see themselves in this or like identify with this. And maybe this could be some helpful information for you. You might want to look at it for yourself and just see, track it and see if you notice the correlation, because it's really helped me a lot. And I still struggle sometimes, but honestly, it's really helped a lot. So maybe it could help someone out there too. And I really wish I had known this before. Like I went many years without this information, and this would have been really helpful. Like really, really helpful. And this stuff gets left out so much when we're talking about healing and mental health and all this stuff. It's like people don't give this enough focus. They don't give this enough attention or notice, it plays a really big role. It has a really big impact on things. I think most of us know about PMS and that it can make a big, it's noticeable, but more so for some than for others. Some don't really struggle that much, but others of us, we struggle a lot. Again, everyone's different, but most of us notice there's some sort of difference, if we're really being honest about it. But when we're talking about mental health and healing and all this stuff, and even like, this doesn't get talked about enough, is because your body chemistry, your brain chemistry is drastically different from 2 weeks, versus another 2 weeks. It's a really steep difference. Like if you look at the charts of hormones, it's really different. And that feels really different in your brain and in your body. So how could that not affect you to some degree, And I just think when you are aware of it and you notice it and you know these things, I just think it's empowering and it's helpful. And unfortunately, you can't actually change what's going on really that much without, well, anyway, we're not going to get into it too much. But anyway, hopefully that's helpful to someone. I know this was very long and I probably really didn't need to share this much information, but actually I felt like I did for someone. So maybe that'll help you out. I don't know why they're telling me to repeat this. I'm sorry. People hate it when I repeat things, but this, I feel inspired to say it like a slightly different way. I don't know. Maybe someone didn't quite get it, although I feel like you should have with everything I said already. But anyway, they're telling me to repeat it again. I can't stress enough how much it really is like a roller coaster. It literally looks like a roller coaster if you look at a chart of the hormones. It genuinely is a roller coaster in your body all the time. It's like you first get used to feeling one way. It's like you only get 2 weeks of each way. So you get 2 weeks of like, you just start getting used to like, yes, this is how I feel. This is life. And then you ovulate and now you feel completely differently. Your chemistry in your body is different. You have progesterone now, which you didn't have in the first half of your cycle. And that one's dominant. And you have way lower, for the most part, lower, I can't say it, lower levels of estrogen. And anyway, there's just a lot that's different. And so then you just start getting used to that. Like, okay, I'm gaining a little bit more balance. I'm getting a bit more used to this. And then PMS hits. And because now, like, you're getting ready to start your period. And then you have your period and you have to deal with all that. And then it starts all back over again. And so it's like, it really is a roller coaster because it's all happening relatively quickly in your body. So I'm saying this not to make you feel bad or make you feel like, oh, I'm hopeless or, there's nothing I can do. It's just, or anything like that. So hopefully this doesn't disempower you. I'm kind of just trying to help you have some more grace and be a little kinder to yourself when you do struggle, because it is a lot. And, you know, I've actually heard guys talk about, I heard a guy mention once, he's like, it kind of seems like PMS happens more than once per month. It's like, and I don't think he was trying to say it in a way to be like rude or be like, you know, shaming or anything. So, but, you know, I thought that was interesting because I'm like, well, yeah, it kind of does. If you look at the way the hormones fluctuate, there are major fluctuations all throughout the cycle, all throughout the month. It's not just right before you start your period. So, like I already said. But yeah, basically, I just hope you guys will be nicer to yourself. Or like if you have a partner that menstruates, maybe you'll just, you know, maybe if you could be aware of these shifts too, before they happen, like if, I don't know, like if she's okay with you, charting, you know, because some apps will actually let you like put the app on your partner's phone and then they can like track, like when you track your cycle, like they get updates or whatever. So you could do something like that. But anyway, I don't know. Maybe I'm helping save some relationships here. I don't know, in the future or something. But it's like if you can track that or be prepped ahead of time for things, a lot of problems can be headed off. Or, you know, basically, if you understand what's going on, it's easier to manage and to deal with things. And so, yeah, because like if you know what's coming, then you can kind of try to gather things together that help you feel better. And also like prep yourself ahead of time and be like, if I start hating on myself today, I know why. And then when you do know why ahead of time, it is easier to just tell yourself, this isn't real, or it's not really what I think it is. I don't suck as bad as I think I do. I'm just having a really major hormonal shift, and that is making everything feel more intense than it really is. And probably everything is okay. So, you know, it helps you kind of like talk yourself down. Or again, if this is your partner, well, I don't know, you might want to, everyone's different. So I don't really know what would help in that situation. Like for some of you, I don't know, maybe you could do something that would help support them, or maybe there's something you could do that would help them feel better. Or in other situations, it might be better to just give them extra space or something, depending on the person and depending on the situation. But in any case, there ought to be something that can be done, you know, to help in some way, you know. So anyway, well, this was a whole gigantic long tangent. I really hope I didn't just do all this and then my guides are going to tell me to cut it all out. I don't know. I probably should. Because this is a lot of it. This is some very personal information. But I felt like I just felt like this was important to share for some reason for someone. I don't know. God, I really hope this helps someone and I'm not just like sharing way TMI on the internet. But you know what? Who hasn't, right? And you know what? If you haven't, then just, you know what? Then maybe you should try sometime, okay? Like that maybe you're missing out. Probably not, but join us on the dark side of humiliating ourselves publicly. Group 1, if you haven't yet. Oh my God. What? I don't know why I'm going on about this still. Okay. And also I just wanted to mention, like, I feel like this should go without saying, but I think it needs to be said, sadly. This isn't like me saying blame everything on periods, or like, you know, everything is like this is the answer to everything, because it's not. But this can be very helpful. That like this is a huge factor in things, at least for a lot of us. So, you know, knowledge is power and all that. So I just feel like it's a helpful thing. But and, you know, just because you're feeling bad, it doesn't mean that it is necessarily just like all your hormones' fault, because your hormones changing only really intensify what's already there for the most part. But they can really, really intensify them though. So anyway, And I don't know, maybe you're watching this and you don't struggle, like maybe you aren't someone who menstruates, but maybe you do still struggle with being very critical towards yourself. Um, because that can, of course, happen as well. It doesn't have to be just a product of like hormones shifting. There are many things that can cause this, and, anyway, I don't know. I also feel like I'm supposed to give, okay, so before I added this entire voiceover speech about about the menstrual cycle, I did another part of the voiceover, and I still want to keep that part because it's sort of like a pep talk, or like, you're good enough as you are, sort of a speech that came through, but I don't know how to actually, like, it seems kind of like a strange abrupt change, and I don't know how to like segue. I don't know how to connect the two. So basically me saying this is just my attempt at connecting the two. But anyway, this next part doesn't feel probably like it flows really well with this part, but that's because I filmed, like, I recorded them at different times than them. Like, how do I stick this together? I don't know, but here it is. But you are enough just as you are. It's what I really believe that's true about everybody, Like, I'm very tolerant of other people for the most part, but I struggle when it comes to myself. And maybe you're like that too, or again, maybe your person is, or both of you. But since I'm talking about it in this group, I think it's because I'm supposed to say, hey, you really are amazing. And you are enough just as you are. You don't have to be perfect. You can have things about you that other people find annoying. You can have things about you that even you find annoying, but you're still good enough. You're still worthy of all the love and joy and success and good stuff this life has to offer, even with your quote unquote imperfections, or even with things you wish were improved, You deserve it all now, as you are. You do. You're good enough. There are people that are way more, I don't know why I'm saying this, this sounds judgmental, but it's true though. There are people, they're just telling me to give you this message. There are people that are so much more screwed up than you are in so many ways. They're being so emphatic right now. Oh my gosh, this feels wrong to say. They're being like, really, I'm seeing an angel, and they're literally like, I can see it in my head, and they're just like, you have no idea. They're like, you are not that bad. They're like, there are people that are so much worse than you in like pretty much all ways. They are not as good as you at like so many things. And yet they still have more success than you do, or they still are way more happy than you are. And they don't beat themselves up. They don't spend time putting themselves down, and they're happy. And people like them, and they have good relationships, and they have good lives, They're like, there's no reason you can't have it. There's no reason you can't too. You can have it all. Like, you can have everything that you want, basically. And you don't have to be perfect to have it. And it's a waste of time to put yourself down and feel this way about yourself, because nobody's perfect. And you've got this, and you are amazing. And life is a dance and a journey, and sure, we change and improve as we go along, but we really don't have to be so perfect, and we really don't have to be so critical of ourselves in order for those improvements and changes to happen. They will just naturally happen if they're meant to. Over time is what I'm getting, especially for you guys, because you guys are naturally self-reflective. It's not like that's a problem for you guys. Being self-aware and noticing things about yourself, that's not an issue. For some people, they just don't notice anything. And so for them to work on self-awareness and reflecting and everything, that's important. But for you guys, I feel like it might be the opposite, where you guys are hyper-aware of every little thing. And so you tend to be very, again, harsh and critical. But your guides are just saying, hey, you only get so long here on this planet, and if you spend all your time trying to perfect things that really aren't that important to perfect in the long run, you're just going to waste it. You know, you're going to waste so much of it, and you're going to get to the end of the ride and you're going to be like, oh my God, why did I spend so much time on those things? Like, why were those things I focused on so much? Why did I spend so much time hating on myself? Why did I spend so much time putting myself down, or, you know, beating myself up, or doing that to others? Like, why did I do that? I could have spent my time doing like pretty much anything else, but instead I spent it like this. And I did want to just acknowledge that sometimes, I know it's easier said than done. It's not always as simple as just saying this to yourself, knowing this, and then, you know, snap your fingers and suddenly you're fine. You know, I know that it's not as easy than that, not as easy as that for most of us. But I have found, at least for me, at least keeping this in mind and having this as, you know, reminding myself of this frequently does help me, you know, has helped me improve drastically. So that's why I'm mentioning it. I just didn't want it to sound like, oh, you just snap your fingers, say, well, I'm just not going to care about it anymore, and then poof, you're fixed, you know? Because, well, you know what? For some of us, that might actually be how it goes, and that would be wonderful. But for others of us, even if we have this realization and we have this intention and we don't want to waste our time on it, or, you know, we don't want to do this anymore, sometimes it's still not easy. You know, sometimes things don't just shift easily for us, you know? And I wanted to acknowledge that. Sometimes it really does take a lot of work and time sometimes to break these habits and, you know, rewrite new patterns. And, you know, like sometimes it does take work. But I'm just saying that if we at least have this realization, or at least this is what we know and we believe and we focus on, then it can still help us like move in the right direction and at least improve, you know? Hopefully hopefully this is making sense. Hopefully I'm saying this right. And, you know, hopefully this will make sense and be helpful. But anyway. So it's just important to be aware of those things and try to balance things a little bit better and not be so hard on yourself, because again, the message I'm getting is it's just pretty much a waste of time. And that's what I have found for myself as well. And usually I do pretty well of remembering that. But, you know, I'm human and I'm not perfect. And I'm not perfect at accepting my imperfections either. And, you know, sometimes I fall off the wagon a little bit and I start being hard on myself. And anyway, and maybe you too, maybe you do too, and that's why I was supposed to give you the speech. I don't know, but for whatever reason, here it is. So there it is. I said it, and okay. I'm hearing giddy, like they get really, giddy when they think of you, or I don't know, but I'm getting tired now. I gotta get the other groups done, but this is just such a nice energy. Anyway, this says, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Yeah. So this definitely is like a future spouse in this group, I'm feeling like, or it's some sort of, you know, this is some sort of divine union. Oh, that's why I was getting Mary Magdalene and Yeshua. Yeah, Jesus. Okay. Because yeah, they were divine counterparts, you know? So yeah, they were like some of the divine counterparts. So that makes sense, I guess, that so maybe you will do healing together, maybe, or you might, but you're going to do something together. You guys probably have some sort of destiny, or like some sort of contribution that you're going to make, that you work on together. Either that, or it's just going to be like you support and uplift each other as you're going about whatever light work it is that you're doing. And this one says Thank you for letting me take care of you. So again, I was saying like maybe you got, or you'll at least like support each other while in whatever it is that you're doing, even if you're not like maybe doing something together necessarily, like even if you don't necessarily you know, like work together or something, you are still like supporting each other, like taking care of each other. It's like they enjoy giving to you. They enjoy helping you in whatever way. Like they enjoy taking care of you. They enjoy supporting you. And I feel like you do that for this person too. Even if it just is with your presence and like your light. And it's healing for them. So, but I mean, there could be other things too, but. And this just says I meant what I said. And I know you can't probably read this, but it says I meant what I said. So again, there was like, were you being genuine? And this is like, I meant what I said. So if you have talked to this person, again, like if you have talked to this person, you like, and maybe they said something like this to you, or they have been like really, they just really think you're so magnificent. Maybe you did wonder like did you really mean that? Because that's come up twice now, and just said I meant what I said. So whatever it is that they've said, like they mean it. So they're being sincere. And again, you're precious to me. So, all right, this is what I got for you, group one. I know I just like really fluffed your ego here, like, but that's just what wanted to come through. It's like I basically just told you you are this gigantic, radiant pillar of light and compared you to Jesus. And I just feel like that was, you know, that seems like maybe a lot, but you know, we can all embody Christ consciousness. You know, we're all capable of like channeling that energy and embodying that energy. So, you know, and I just feel like you guys do it so well, and you like, it's just really, really strong in you, and that you have something really beautiful to give to the world. And so you are like him in that way, you know, again, not saying that that's going to be your life, that your life story will look anything like his, but again, it's like, it's there, I don't know, but, and I do feel like you guys are probably really close to have a close connection to Yeshua or Jesus, however you want to pronounce it. Okay, well, I guess this is all I've got for you guys. This went longer than I wanted it to again. But, yep, all right. Yet again, this, I don't know. I always feel like so strange when I finish a reading, because I always just feel like I'm not prepared. Like, the messages that come through, like, at the end of it, I'm like, wow, that wasn't what I was expecting again. And it's just, it's funny. And anyway, here I was doing a reading thinking, oh, well, maybe this will appeal to like more people, because I felt like the other reading that I did was so specific that it was just going to be like maybe a small group of people. I don't know. Maybe it will resonate with a lot of people and I just don't know it yet. But I'm like, oh, I want to make a reading that's going to be like talking, that's going to I don't know, like resonate more with, and not be so like very specific. But again, I still feel like I ended up with kind of an interest. Anyway, I'm just going to go now. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm getting tired, and I still have 3 more groups, and I don't know what they're going to end up getting from my messages, because I'm already already getting tired. Oh, I just don't want to leave your group though, because like I kind of feel this energy and it feels nice, and but I feel like nervous too, and I don't know why. I feel like, uh-oh, is it because I just really didn't do a great job with this? I mean, that's what I felt. The signals were right. I felt like that's what I was guided to say, but I also kind of feel like I didn't say it right. Maybe that's part of your person's energy that I'm picking up onto. I'm not sure what's going on. Anyway, I'm just gonna go now. I am sending you guys lots of love. Thank you so much for being here. It was an honor to read for you. Thank you for everything that you contribute to the world or that you're going to. You are beautiful light, and I appreciate you doing that so much. And yeah, anyway, hope to see you guys again sometime soon. Take care, group 1. Bye. Hi, group 2. Welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you'll get something out of this. I am getting tired already, guys, so I'm sorry. Group 1, yet again, took longer than I thought, but hopefully you'll still be able to get something out of this. All right, so your first card is Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, Helpers in the Subtle Realm, which I realize you probably cannot actually see because it's dark. I'm sorry, but basically there are a bunch of ascended masters here on this card. So like Yeshua, Jesus, Kuan Yin, Buddha, you know, things like that. So like the high level spiritual guides, basically ascended, what we refer to as ascended masters, like spiritual people who've achieved like a level of spiritual mastery during their lifetime here. Anyway, this says, trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? And basically it's just someone walking on a path. I'm sorry you can't see him, guys. It's that's a problem with this lighting, but we're just gonna, I'm just gonna keep going with it. Anyway, it is what it is today. So I am getting that you guys have a lot of high level support here. Like you have a lot of divine protection. You have a lot of divine support right now around you. There is a lot of divine orchestration going on in your life. You have a lot of helpers in the subtle, like the card says, helpers in the subtle realm. You do have a lot of help, and your person, I am getting like that your person, whether this is your future spouse, you know, life partner, soulmate, true love, however you want to label them, this is divine counterpart, whatever, they are also your guide. Like they're one of your spirit guides is what I'm getting. Excuse me, it's like they are one of your guardian angels is what I'm getting. So they have actually been sort of like protecting you and guiding you in spirit throughout your entire life is something that I'm getting. So it's like you already know this person in spirit if you don't know them in the physical yet. Like if you guys haven't actually met in person, you're still very much connected to them already in spirit. Your souls, your consciousnesses are connected, and you have a lot of very like high-ranking spirit guides. You have high level, very high vibrational spirit guide. Again, I'm getting like the ascended masters. You have at least one ascended master that you pray to is what I'm getting, or you know, at least one ascended master that is very protective of you, or very that's just always a guiding light for you. But I am getting it like it's one that you pray to, that you already know. Maybe some of you have actually talked to, I'm also getting maybe some of you have actually talked to your divine counterpart or talk to your future spouse, like in meditation or something, or you felt like they were your spirit guide. So this is like a confirmation for you, and that they are receiving that energy. That I'm not sure if they're like conscious, like embodied human self is necessarily like conscious of that you're out there, that you're out there somewhere sending them energy, or that you like are communicating with them in some way. But I feel like for a lot of you, they do have at least like a sense that they do have like a special love out there for them, if you haven't met yet. But I'm getting that they want to come through and tell you guys that you are on the right track. You guys are on the right path. This card says trust your path. So I think they're really just encouraging you and letting you know, hey, you're on the right path. You're doing a great job. You can trust yourself, trust the path you're on, and you have a lot of divine support and help. And also everything that's going on right now, or like where you are right now on your path, that has been divinely orchestrated, you know? I'm hearing like you couldn't get off course, or like you're not off course, you can't get off course. Even when it seems like you're off course, you're not off course, because you have so much divine support and help that like everything is being guided. Or if you ever do get off course, it will be very brief and you will be guided right back on. Like they will help get you back on track pretty quickly, because I do feel like you have a divine purpose, or you have a divine calling, or you have some sort of calling in your life that is like important to your soul. You have a soul calling, and you have a lot of help in, you know, keeping you on that path and helping you to fulfill that goal, achieve that goal, fulfill that soul calling. So they want you, because the question here is, if you knew you would be supported, what would you do? And they want you to know you have all the support. You have like the entire council of light, you know, you have these huge spirit guides, you have like these ascended masters supporting you. So you have so much angelic and I'm hearing angelic and divine support. So they want you to really go for it. If you have a dream, if you have a goal, like don't think you can't achieve it. Like trust that if it's meant for you, it will be yours. So they're asking you to not shy away or not hold back or not go for opportunities, because they're saying that, you know, trust, because anything that is meant for you will be yours, because you are being divinely helped. So if something doesn't come to pass, like if you try to do something or try to get something and it's not meant for you, or for some reason it's not aligned with your path, then it won't happen for you. But it's not because you failed, or it's not because things are going wrong. It just means it wasn't meant for you, because there's something else that was meant for you that's going to be better for you, basically. And I feel like throughout your life, you have always been guided and supported so that you will align with this soul path, you know, like this soul calling, the path of your life that will be most fulfilling to your soul, basically. I think I said that. Anyway, it is what it is today. I'm channeling the best I can, but I might repeat myself sometimes, but it is how it is, guys. So you get something from this or you don't, but we're not aiming for protection. Okay, you're divinely protected, guys, but we're not aiming for perfection today. Maybe that's a message for you guys too. Maybe some of you have struggled with perfectionism. And they're just acknowledging that, because I'm hearing you're being too hard on yourself. Yeah, okay. Your person wants you to not be so hard on yourself and so strict and harsh. Because I'm just getting who I'm reading for. Maybe that is something you struggle with. They're saying you're doing a great job. You are enough. And you don't have to be perfect. Enough is good enough, you know, like that. You don't have to, I'm hearing there's no advantage in perfectionism. There's no advantage in perfection. That's just what's coming through. That's how they wanted me to say it. You don't win more. Like, you're not going to get more out of being perfect. Like in whatever you're doing, or like maybe just in life in general. They're saying you're not actually going to get more out of being perfect or trying to be perfect. Because nothing is perfect to everyone anyway, and it's just like they're just saying there's no advantage to it. It's just kind of expending that energy for nothing. They're saying it's not that they're trying to say that like what you've done is like a waste or something, but they're just saying like you don't need to do that to yourself. Basically, you don't need to strive so hard or expend so much energy or have so much anxiety about trying to be perfect all the time, because nobody's perfect, and it is kind of a waste of energy, and it's a waste of life force. It's something you could be using for something that will actually bring you enjoyment. And so yeah, they want you to know like you're amazing, you're beautiful, you're wonderful, you're delightful, you're lovely, just the way you are, and you're doing a great job. And if you have an off day too, because I'm getting like maybe you tend to be perfectionistic, kind of like with maybe you're kind of trying to be spiritually perfectionistic or morally perfectionistic, and I think that is beautiful and that is a noble, worthy thing to strive for, but to try to be the best person you can be. But I'm also getting that they want you to give yourself some grace and forgive yourself is something else coming through when maybe you don't live up to your standards. Well, your candle just went out. Okay, like they're saying try not to burn yourself out, basically, is what I'm getting. So maybe some of you do struggle with burnout. Like you might just put so much of yourself into things, or again, I'm getting like you're very hard workers, and you do try to make things perfect, and that might really drain your energy. You might have a tendency to like just push too far, expend too much of your energy on things that maybe really doesn't require that much, or like you don't need to. You can decide that for yourself. I'm not trying to tell you what to think or to feel. You can make that judgment for yourself, but this is just your person coming through, like, to encourage you to at least maybe consider that or think about that. They just want you to be easier on yourself and to make sure that you're taking care of yourself and not burning yourself out, basically, because you're doing a wonderful job, and you would be still doing a wonderful job even if you gave yourself more of a break. And I'm getting like you don't have to try so hard to be so perfectionistic too, because it's sort of like you have so much divine support and you're divinely guided, and it's sort of like if something's meant to be, it will be. And like if some success is meant to be yours, it's kind of like it will be yours even if you're not perfect at it. If love is supposed to be yours, it will be yours whether you're perfect or not. Like if somebody is meant to be yours, they are going to love you. Whether you think you have the perfect body or the perfect hair or whatever it is, it's like if they're meant for you, they're going to be meant for you, and they're going to like you whether you're your definition of perfect or not. That's not what matters here the most. What matters here the most is, again, divine orchestration. If it's meant to be, it will be. You don't have to. It's not because you were perfect enough, and that's why it's happening. That's not what it's about. It's about following your soul. It's about following your calling, about following your intuition and what you feel your guides are trying to. If you're in alignment, energetic alignment with your spirit guides, with your soul, and you're acting from that place, then it doesn't matter you're doing it necessarily like perfectly, or if everything about it is perfect. Like the details don't matter as much as long as like the energy is right, is something that I'm getting. Or, you know, again, as long as you are in alignment with this divine guidance. Yeah, and again, I'm just getting, if it didn't work out, it's not because you weren't good enough. It's not because you weren't perfect enough, or you didn't work hard enough at it, or you did something wrong. It's not that. It just means it just wasn't meant to be for whatever reason. That wasn't divinely meant to be for you. So, because I am getting like, for you in particular, your path is very specific, or it's like what your soul wanted to do here. It's very, there was a very specific thing, and that is why you have so much divine support. And it's like you were meant to do, it's like very specific things were meant for you, or like you have a very clear or like important path that your soul wanted to do. Because sometimes it's more open, and people, when they incarnate, it's like more open and they can kind of do whatever, and there's just not like a whole lot destined. But it's like you guys have a destiny, and you do have a lot of there, and it's like a divine, well, everything's divine in a way, you know, because we're all souls, we're all like an extension of divine source. But I'm just getting, you have like you do have like a specific destiny. Like you were destined to walk a certain path in this life. And so whenever you try to deviate from that, your divine, you know, your spirit guides, these very spiritual, very strong spirit guides are going to nudge you back, like they're going to guide you back onto that path, because your soul had like a very specific plan when it came here, and you agreed with these guides to help you keep on that path, is what I'm getting. And so every time you try to go off path, they're going to push you back on. Or it's like if you try for something that's not meant for you, that would interfere with your path, or that's not right for your path, or, you know, it's like in conflict with your destiny, they're going to block it. And so it doesn't matter, it really doesn't matter like if you do it perfectly or not. Again, it's like if it was meant for you on your path, like it's going to be yours. And if it's not, then it's not going to be yours no matter how perfect you are at it. That's what I'm getting. So you will be given, again, you will have what you are meant to. And I feel like maybe some of you are frustrated because you're like, well, what does that mean? Then I can't have anything I want? No. In fact, you're going to get exactly you're going to get what you want the most. That's what I'm getting, is that your soul has a plan to experience something that it feels like would be the epitome of beauty, basically, like the best experience you could possibly have. Your soul knows what you want the most. And maybe some of you in the past have not been in full alignment with your soul, or you know, with your higher self. And so you've thought you wanted certain things, but you actually didn't want those certain things. It looked like something that you thought you would want, but if it had actually manifested, if you had actually experienced that or gone down that path, it would not have led to your ultimate happiness. And I'm just getting that, or your ultimate fulfillment. It wouldn't have been the best for you, and you wouldn't have been happy with it. You would have wished it hadn't happened, basically, because there's something so much better destined for you. I'm just getting like, maybe you're thinking, oh, well, I don't know, I just keep getting that, like somebody is resistant to that idea that you have a destiny, and that, you know, you don't get to just try for whatever. I don't know, I'm getting like that you might think, oh, my spirit guides are like trying to, you know, like I don't even get to choose, I just have to do this thing, I don't even want to do this destiny I don't even want, and my guides are like making me do this no matter what I want, and so I'm just going to be miserable. I don't know why I'm getting that. What I'm getting is no, because this is your path. You chose this. You just don't know it, or you just can't remember it, but you chose this. Like, this is what your soul wanted. This is what the most divine part of you wanted. Like, you know what will make you happiest. Your soul knows what will make you happiest. And that is what your spirit team is trying to help you to have. And I think you just, maybe some of you, and maybe this message isn't for everyone. Like, maybe you're already on board. You're like, oh no, I know they're guiding me and it's all good. But others of you, I feel like you don't trust them, or you don't trust that there is a destined path that you're actually going to be really happy about. But you are. Like, it's not a destiny that will make you miserable. It's wonderful. And again, I'm just getting like, I just keep getting this feeling like somebody's not happy about it, because maybe you really thought you wanted something and it was blocked. But I'm just getting, if it was blocked, it was blocked for a reason. And you will be happy someday it was blocked. That's something I'm getting too. And you will like see the purpose to it, I think. You'll get to see the purpose for it, and you will be happy that it was blocked someday. And you're going to be so much happier with what you do get. Instead of like what you had originally thought you wanted. And maybe you guys have had this sort of thing play out several times in your life already, where you thought you wanted one thing, but like you were basically almost like shoved into, or like divinely guided somehow into something that you thought you wouldn't like. But actually it was exactly what you like. You loved it. It's like, this is my path. And your spirit guides want to let you know, like, if that happened, it wasn't an accident. Like, they divinely orchestrated this. Like, again, you didn't discover this path or whatever on accident. Like, none of this was an accident or coincidence. Anyway, they just want you to trust that you are on the right track, and also that you really can't fail, basically, is what I'm getting. Like, you can try for whatever you want to. Like, whatever calls to your heart, go ahead and try it, because you don't really have to worry about screwing it up, is what I'm getting. Because it's like, if it's not meant for you, it just won't happen. And if it is meant for you, it doesn't matter if you don't think you're good enough for it. It will happen for you. Like, if you try your best, you don't have to like burn the candle at both ends, burn yourself out, and like try to perfect it and be like the absolute best at everything, and like, damage your health in the process. But I'm just saying, like, just try your best to like a reasonable extent. And if it's meant to be, it will happen. Like, that's going to be enough to make it happen if it's right for you. So, like, I'm not going to say if you just completely sit there and don't do anything at all in life that everything is just going to align for you. You do have to take some actions, that you feel intuitively called to take, or that you feel heart-led to go with. But basically, if you follow your heart, it will work out, and you don't have to worry that it won't, or that, that if you're not perfect enough, it won't happen. That's not the case. I'm just getting like, if you give it if you give it a good try, a reasonably good try, like compared to most people, then if it's meant to be yours, it will. And if it wasn't, don't beat yourself up about it, because it just wasn't meant to be, basically. Hopefully this makes sense. Okay. I'm feeling like I should just move on to these little channeled message cards now, although I'm feeling like I'm supposed to get purple for you first. These are just some channeled message cards from your person. I know I repeated myself a lot, but that's what they were just kind of inspiring me to do. That, like, that's what I just felt. That's what I felt called to do in this group. It's just how the messages were coming through. I'm starting to feel I'm feeling like defensive, mostly because I can feel the energy of someone in this group that is just not on board with this message. If it's not resonating, guys, like, then it's just not your message. You don't have to hate on it. You can just go somewhere else. I mean, it makes no sense to hang around hearing something you don't want to hear that isn't really going to get in or do anything beneficial for you anyway. Like, just leave it alone, leave it for who it's meant for, and just go somewhere else that's saying something that is beneficial to you, you know? Life's short. Why waste it here if you don't feel like you're really getting anything out of it? Doesn't really make sense to try to fight a war with me about something. Just, you know, go seek your joy where you will, you know? Don't let me waste your time. I'm spending this time for whoever it is that I'm guided to read for. And my best today is good enough. I'm setting an example here, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect, guys. It is what it is, and if it's meant to be, it will be. All right, here we go. It's just like a nasty energy, though. I don't like it. Like, it doesn't feel good. So that's why I keep talking about it. Sorry, guys. I don't want to, I don't want to get that. I don't want the rest of you to have to, like, deal with me complaining about it. But I'm just saying, I just felt like I had to express it because it just felt so bleh. Oh my God, guys. This is seriously so much about, like, you... This is the message, like, they don't want you to be so hard on yourself, and, like, they want you to be kind and gentle and sweet and so encouraging and so proud to yourself and so proud of yourself. This says, I want to encourage you to be so kind to yourself and treat yourself to nice things more often. And it says, and I want to treat you to things you enjoy too, of course. So in the future, like, if you don't know this person yet, they want to spoil you. Basically, they want to treat you to nice things. But in the meantime, they really want you to be kind to yourself and really love on yourself and be gentle with yourself. And again, don't be so hard on yourself, and give yourself permission to have nice things, you know, let yourself have nice things. You know, don't always restrict yourself and tell yourself, oh no, I can't. They just want you to be able to enjoy your life and not be so sad or, you know, miserable in any way because you're putting so much pressure on yourself that isn't necessary. I know that can be easier said than done. Like, sometimes we don't know how to get those voices to stop, or we don't know how to break the habit of being so harsh on ourselves. You know, it can be a very hard thing to try to heal perfectionism. I know that because I also struggle, but you can. There's so much you can do to improve, you know, to get better. Again, not perfect. We're not aiming for perfection here. Maybe, like, I don't know that that's attainable, but just aiming for better, you know? And anyway, there are things you can do to feel better and to not let it sorry, I'm hearing things in the background and I'm getting distracted. Anyway, there are things you can do to heal and to feel much better, you know? Like, in the beginning, I just was feeling so... Okay, what is that thumping? It is driving me insane. Now I'm feeling frustrated. Maybe you're feeling frustrated. Maybe you're like, I don't even know where to start, or like I don't think I can. I don't know what's coming through. Anyway, we're just gonna, maybe I'll just cut this part out, but basically there are things you can do to help yourself overcome perfectionism, or at least, again, not let it interfere with the enjoyment of your life so much and hold you back so much. Anyway, this says, I didn't think true love existed or that love could last until I met you. You restored my faith in love. Aw. Again, I know you can't read it. I'm sorry. And this one says, you matter to me. And now I'm hearing this song, you matter to me, simple and plain, and not much to ask from somebody. You matter. Anyway, I'll link it below. I think it's Jason Mraz and Sarah Bareilles. It's a really cute song. Anyway, this says, you reached me. You touched me more deeply than anyone ever has. Wow, so you really touched this person's heart. And it really seems like maybe they were kind of closed before, or maybe they were feeling a little bit hopeless, or like, loved, again, we had like love, they weren't sure love existed, or maybe like the type of love that they were looking for, they were thinking maybe it doesn't exist, or like you restored their faith. You really touched this person's heart, or you will. It's like you open their heart and show them that true love exists, basically. Or like that, maybe it's sort of like they had this sense that they had a soulmate or that kind of love out there somewhere, and then maybe at some point they started to feel like, oh, maybe I was wrong, like maybe it doesn't exist, like because I haven't found them, and maybe I am being too idealistic, or I heard altruistic for some reason, but like maybe that type of, like maybe they're not out there, maybe I've just made this up, or maybe I'm Delulu, or maybe I'm just like wishing for too much and it's not realistic, and I'm just like wrong that they're not out there. And then when they do meet you, like they're like, oh my god, like it does exist, it is real, they are real, like I've met them, it actually happened, like this love does exist, like I wasn't wrong, this, like I think this is it, like I think this really is my soulmate, like there really is one for me. So something like that. And then on the bottom of the deck it says, I want to protect you. So this person feels very protected. Oh, well, of course, we have the whole thing about them being your spirit guide. I mentioned that they might be like a guardian angel for you, or they have been. And it's like that I think they have been in spirit. They have been a protector of yours in the spirit realm, but also, and I think that's going to carry over into their feelings, like how their conscious, incarnated human self is going to feel. I mean, their spirit is human. Anyway, we're not going to get in. You know what I'm saying, hopefully. That, like, they might, when you meet them, you might notice that they feel very protective towards you, or that's something that really comes out. Not in, like, a controlling way or anything, but just, like, in a nice, I don't know, like a nice protective way. But you might really notice that because it's like they're already used to being your protector in the spiritual realm, and like they're also going to be like physically your protector as well, if that makes sense. So, but yeah, there's a lot of protective energy that this person has for you. And this says, I like your shadow too. There's no part of you that I don't like. All right, so they're saying again with that whole you don't have to be perfect thing. They like all parts of you. They accept all parts of you. I'm hearing that quote, love isn't blind, love sees but doesn't mind. That's this person. They can, even if the shadow is perfectionism, like they're like, listen, it's okay. That's the whole thing. It's like however you are is okay. They love you. They really have, they don't want you because you're perfect. Again, it's way deeper than that. They love you on a soul level, and they love your spirit. They love your essence. It's something I'm hearing, like they just love you. There's not even like a reason. They just do. They just feel, I'm just hearing they feel you. They feel your, again, like your energy, your soul. It's like your souls were meant to be. Again, there's like this thing about destined path, and I feel like your partner was kind of destined as well. Like this was divinely guided or orchestrated, and so they're saying that's why I love you. You know, it's not because you're, again, not because of your perfect hair or your perfect makeup or your perfect body or your perfect whatever, or like perfect job or perfect anything. They're like, you don't have to be perfect. And also it's, you don't have to perfect the perfectionism either. Like it's okay if you're a neurotype. Okay, I just wanted to preface this next part as just saying that this is not everybody's message for sure, and I hope it doesn't offend anybody. There was somebody coming through that has a particular sense of humor, and I'm not sure if it will, hit everybody the right way. And, if your perfectionism is severely impacting your mental health, or you have something serious like OCD or something like that that's really impacting your life, then I'm not sure if this will come off as too insensitive, or I didn't know if this would hurt anybody's feelings, and I really didn't want that to be the case, but this was just what was coming through for someone here. But again, if this sounds insensitive or this sounds like not right, like if this hurts your feelings at all, then that just means this is not your part of the message, and this would just not be your person coming through. This would be someone else that is part of this group coming through in this moment. I'm sorry. This is just how channeling works. I'm trying to stop myself, but it was just coming through. They said, please don't take it the wrong way, but they said, it's okay. I don't even care. They're like, it's okay if you're a neurotic freak. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's just what they gave me. Oh my God. They're like, it's okay if like you're a neurotic freak. That's what they said, or like a neat freak, or like a neurotic mess. Like it's okay even if you're like a perfectionist, like to the okay, I'm sorry. Maybe it's not funny when it's like really affecting your mental health, and I'm sorry, but that's just what came through, guys. I can't control it sometimes, but I think they're just trying to have a sense of humor about it, or like I think they're trying to like lighten things a little bit. I'm not sure if that's just their sense of humor, guys. So if that doesn't resonate, then okay, maybe this particular, it's a collective reading. There's a group of them coming through. So maybe this particular one isn't your one. So if this is not a sense of humor that would be okay with you, then just ignore that part. Then that just isn't your particular person coming through. But somebody was really pushing through to the front there to say that. I don't know. But they're just saying it's okay if you're a mess. It's okay if you have issues. It's okay if you're not perfect. It's okay if you're not perfectly healed. It's okay, whatever you've got going on, it's okay. This person's gonna love you anyway. They do love you. They already love you in spirit, and they're gonna love you. That's just what it is. When the universe decides it's time for you guys to come together, it will be the right time. And it doesn't matter if you think, oh no, I should have done more crunches, like my abs aren't flat enough, I don't know, like they're like, don't worry about that, like that is not the problem here, like that is not going, again, you don't have to be perfect, like they're gonna love you anyway. If you just want to do crunches for you, or you want to look however for you, then that's fine, but just know that like you don't have to be perfect for this person, or you don't have to, again, like beat yourself up, or like try, like hurt yourself basically, or drain yourself, burn yourself out trying to be good enough or perfect enough for this person, because that is, again, that's not how this works. Like, you're perfect as you are with your imperfections. They're gonna love you regardless. So This says, I aspire to be more like you. Yeah, and for what it's worth, this person actually thinks you're so amazing. Like, because I keep getting, maybe you guys, now this, if this isn't your message, maybe, you know, again, then it just isn't your part of the message, or maybe you might want to check a different group if this isn't resonating. But I'm picking up on someone who's like really hard on themselves. Like, you guys are like, oh, I'm not as, and maybe even if you know yourself, or you know, oh, it's interesting, I said you know yourself. It's almost like your person is like a, yeah, excuse me, some of you might resonate with the term twin flame, but you don't have to. But it is almost like you guys are the same person, or like you're one soul in two bodies, sort of a thing. But whatever the case is, it's like, I just, you, if you know this person already, you might think like, oh, they're so amazing, they're so cool, and like, I'm not good enough and I don't measure up, and I'm like, because I'm hearing the song, she's so hot, I can't sing it. My throat is so dry in these two readings. I don't know what it is. I haven't had that happen in a reading for a really long time, but it's happening today. I'm not dehydrated. Like, I've had plenty of water, and it's just happening in this reading. There was a while where that was happening and then it stopped. Anyway, she's so high, I can't sing it. High above me, she's so lovely, she's so high, I can't. It's just cracking and squeaking. Anyway, I can't do it. You know what song I'm talking about though? Like, I'll link it again, but I think it was from the 90s. But so I think you're just thinking this person is above you in some way, or like, you know, they're better than you in so many ways, or something like that. But no, this person actually thinks that you're above them in some ways. Like, they aspire to be like you. There's things that you have going on, that you do, that you succeeded at, that they just think is so amazing. Like, they think they want to strive to be more like you, and you might be like, what? Like, no, like, this person like is clearly so much more awesome than me. But that's not true, guys. That's not true, group 2. You are amazing. This person sees your amazingness, and they actually like would want to try to be more like you. So just so you know. And I feel like you both, again, you are equally matched. Like, you are both amazing. But so neither one of you has to try to be anything different. I feel like you're both amazing the way you are, and I think both of you see each other as really amazing just the way you are. But maybe you both are kind of perfectionistic, or maybe you both actually kind of struggle with that. Like, maybe that is an issue both of you struggle with. I am getting like a very mirroring type thing. Like, it is almost like you're so similar, including your shadow, like including what you struggle with, maybe. So in this case, maybe like perfectionism, or feeling like not good enough. But yeah, this person thinks however you are amazing, and they see your good qualities, and they are like, I kind of, you know, like, I want to try to be more like you. And anyway, what I've already said, I guess. And this card says, let me show you how much you mean to me. So yeah, you mean so much to this person. They really, really do think you are incredible. And this says, I love how responsible you are with money. So if that is something that you are good at, like, that's something that they notice that they think is a great quality about you, that doesn't have to mean that you're like really wealthy or anything. It just means that you manage what you have really well. Like, however much you have, you do a good job with that. Sorry guys, I think I'm gonna have to end this here. Okay, this one, again, with the protective energies coming out again. It says, I would or will fight for you if necessary. So yeah, this person really is protective of you guys, for sure. And then this one says, I'm coming home. I'm hearing the song by Pink Floyd, Hey You. The line, open your heart, I'm coming home. So I feel like this person's coming in soon. If you haven't met them yet, I feel like they're saying, I'm coming home, like you being their home, basically. And if you do know this person, maybe this is just like a message for you if you've been apart, like they're coming to you soon. This says, you cleanse my soul. So they feel like your energy. If nothing else, it's like your energy is what, maybe it's your energy that they aspire to embody more. It's like they feel like, again, you cleanse their soul. There's something so pure and beautiful about your energy and the way you try. Maybe they love your sincerity, or they love like how pure your intentions are, or maybe it is like how much you care, or like how much effort you put into things, or how dedicated you are to your work or something. I don't know. Whatever it is, though, it might just be your energy that they think is so beautiful and so healing, or again, so there is something about cleansing, though. They said I'm hearing like sanctified, or holy, like there's something, what is the word? I keep hearing sacrament. It's like you literally are, they feel like they are communing with something holy when they are with you. Like connected to your energy. They feel like you are, I just keep hearing like Virgin Mary. Like you have this very pure, just like divine energy. You're pure of heart, pure of and sincere. You're pure of spirit. And I feel like you are like I'm just getting like, I keep seeing like a sponge, like a light sponge. I don't know, like a sponge full of light. It is like you clean things, like you are. It's funny, I am getting like a lot of Virgo energy, because I'm getting like, I was getting the perfectionism and like the clean, sometimes Virgos have had like the stereotype of like the clean freaks, of the world. Not all of us are like that, and it doesn't mean like if you're a Virgo that you can't be messy. I'm kind of messy sometimes. It all depends. I like it when things are nice and clean and neat and everything, but in reality things end up getting pretty messed up. But anyway, from time to time at least, but I do my best. The point is, though, like I'm picking up on some of that energy of like you being, it's funny that you're coming through as like a sponge. Like I'm seeing you clean. It's like you clean things energetically. You have a very cleansing, like some people, their gifts are more like protection, or like, I don't know, but you are very cleansing. That's like one of your gifts, I think I'm getting, is like you can spiritually transmute. I think you transmute a lot of energy. It's like you do literally, it's like you energetically cleanse whatever you're the cleaner. That's interesting. Yeah, I think this person feels like you I'm hearing restore to factory settings. It's like almost like you have the ability to restore people's souls, or restore people's soul fragments, or restore people's hearts, like open people's hearts, or heal things, like restore them back to their like original soul state, or help people to connect with their soul calling. There's something about souls and like cleaning people's souls and like restoring their divinity is what I'm hearing, or opening them up to that divine part of themselves, showing them their souls and helping them to like cleanse wounds. And again, this is a group reading. It's a, it's a collective reading for a group of people. So just take what resonates. Again, this might not be everybody's message, but I was definitely getting this for some of you here. Or cleanse negative energy too, but it's more like about people's own selves is what I'm getting a lot. Is maybe you help show people what needs cleansing, or like you help bring people's, could be you actually help kind of trigger or bring out people's shadows so they can see it and like do something to, but then you also like help them cleanse it, or like you, just your presence is like cleansing. It's almost like their soul awakens, or it's like things come back online. It's like you scrub off the gunk. I don't know, but I'm getting like you scrub off all the layers on the top that people have thought were them, and you wash it off and like show the actual shiny, like beautiful soul that's underneath all the layers of grime. I don't know. That's what I'm just getting. You guys just keep coming through as like a cleaning. And you help restore people, like you help reconnect people, show people their soul, reconnect with their soul, restore their soul, cleanse, purify their soul, so that they feel like they did when they were like a baby or something. I'm just keep getting that, like a rebirth, like you help people rebirth their spirit, or their, again, like their soul or something. So, okay, this, again, this went way too long. But that's what I've got for you guys. I'm going to try not to be too perfectionistic about it, and just like, I'm going to take my own advice here and just leave it here. And hopefully that was good enough for you guys and you got something out of that. I am sending you guys lots of love, and your person lots of love, and hope to see you guys again sometime soon. Take care, group 2. Bye. Hi, group 3. Welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope that you'll get something good out of this. So I'm sorry that I'm speaking so quietly, or maybe you like it. I don't know. We do have a very calming thing going on right now, so maybe, I don't know, maybe it's nice. Anyway, my voice is starting to disappear, and I just couldn't do it for this group, so I just decided to go ahead and get this microphone out, and hopefully that'll be okay. So you guys chose, you probably won't be able to see the card because of the lighting, so I'm sorry about that, but you're not missing very much. There's not really that much to this card. It's just like a big huge archway, like a doorway, like a portal. I will show it to you, but anyway, it says the initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. Okay, so what I'm getting is that you are basically this feels pretty self-explanatory. You are right on the edge. I'm hearing the song Edge of Glory by Lady Gaga. You are right on the edge of achieving your goal, or you are right on the precipice. You really are right. You're about to cross the threshold. You're about to get there. Like, it is about to happen. You are right there. I just keep getting like you are right there. So if you're thinking like, if you were thinking you were, you're not wrong. You are. You literally are right there. You are right about to make it, or like you're right about to, whatever it is that you're trying to do, like it's about to happen. Like, you really are right on the edge of greatness is what I keep hearing. Like the song, you're on the edge of glory. Like, it feels like you are about to cross through this. Like, I heard dimension. So I heard dimension. like quantum leap, like dimension jumping or dimension or like reality hopping is what I heard, or reality shifting. Something is something big though, basically, and it almost feels like you're jumping timelines, or you're like going through literally like a portal into a different world. It's like things that you didn't think could happen before are going to be happening in your life, and I'm hearing in rapid succession. So you might have more than one like more than one large manifestation or more than one large thing happen in your life that you were really wanting to have happen. Like maybe maybe it's like you're going to have more than one like giant dream come true all at once. Or again, I was hearing rapid succession, like really fast, many things, or more than one thing. So that is amazing. I feel like this is mostly supposed to serve as your confirmation that, like, don't give up. You're right there. Like, it's about to happen. It will happen. Excuse me. Might have to cut this out. I mean, honestly, I kind of feel like that's the message, guys. It's just like, don't give up hope, or like keep going. Like it really is about to happen, or like, yeah, you're not wrong. I'm hearing you're not delulu. Like it's about to happen, and also a way will be made is what I heard. So, or the way is being made, or I mean, I think that's pretty clear though by the fact that it's like it's right about to happen. Like it is going to happen. Something big, huge. Something that's the same thing, but something very big. Something very huge is about to happen. I don't know why I felt like I need to show you this. You probably can't see it anyway, but it's a little piece of a wasp, like a little piece of a wasp's nest, and it was, I knew that was going to happen. Okay, I don't know if you can see it very well, but anyway, it's really cool. Well, there, you can kind of see it. So this was, I don't know why I feel like I need to show you this. I don't know what this might have to do with reading. Maybe you've been getting some sort of wasp message, or like something about honeycombs or hexagons or something like that. I'm not sure. Or like a hive, but or community, maybe something to do with community, or like building something because it's part of a nest. Also, some of you might have a connection to group 4, like maybe you were drawn to group 4 as well or something, because I used the piece of the nest as one of the things that I put on the piles, like so that you could select your groups. So I thought that was interesting because I actually forgot that I showed this to one of the groups in the reading when I chose that object to put on one of the piles. So I think that's interesting. Maybe you do have some sort of connection to group 4. So for some of you, it doesn't have to be the case. If you weren't feeling it, then, don't force it, because that might not be for everyone, but just thought I'd mention it. But I received this as a gift, actually, like as a thank you from the crows that live near my yard, that come to my yard all the time. And I feel like someone here is like, what? Like, I'm not losing my mind. They do this. Crows are incredibly intelligent animals, and I chased off a fox the other day. For some of you, maybe this is actually synchronicity, like maybe in my other love reading that I'm editing at the time that I'm filming this, the love reading with the green cards, like the woodland cards. Is it Woodland Wardens? I think that's the deck. Anyway, in that reading, there was a group where I chased off a fox that was trying to eat a squirrel in the reading. And from that encounter, when I was trying to, after I chased off the fox later that day, this was left for me. And the crows were going crazy. That's how I knew the fox was out there, and they gave me like a heads up before the fox ran out. And this isn't the first time they've done this. They've actually left this same thing, like they left the same object for me when I chased off a cat that was trying to kill things in my yard before too. So this is not the first time crows have done this. Like they've left me part of a wasp or a bee's nest before. And they've left similar things for my mom as well, under similar circumstances. So, and I think also when she was feeding Peanuts, I think they left things for her too. So, this is definitely a trend. And I'm not sure why they picked that one in particular, but this is the second time they've left this same thing for me. And I just think that's really cool. And another time they left me a pine cone. So, but they do that. They do leave objects as gifts for people. Like this is something other people have talked about too. And they're very social creatures, and they remember things. Like they will teach if you ever harm a crow, watch out, because they will remember. They never ever forget a predator. And if you they will teach your face to their descendants too. Like there are people who have been chased by generations of crows. Like they never get away from them because they always remember. So like if you ever mess with a crow, like they will teach you to their entire family. Like their family will dive bomb you and squawk at you and attack you and all kinds of things. And they will do this for like the rest of your life because they will teach who you are to their descendants. I kid you not. Like they hold a grudge, okay? Like you're going to have generations of crows that are going to know to hate you, basically. So like you got to be nice to the crows, I'm telling you. I mean, I don't have personal experience with this because I never have harmed a crow or given them reason to hate me. But I've read about it, and I guess it can be like some people have had to move and stuff because their crows would attack them every time they tried to go to their car and stuff like that. Anyway, it's nice to be recognized in the opposite way by the crows, and given a thank you present, I guess. So that's my little thank you gift for chasing the fox away. And I really appreciate that because honestly, it's been a struggle the last few days. It has been really stalking very aggressively, and it's been hard to kind of keep it away. So anyway, I'm not sure why I'm telling you about this, but it might have some sort of relevance to you. I feel like it must, or I wouldn't be telling you about it. So anyway, maybe the wasp could have some sort of meaning to you. That's possible too. So anyway. And for those of you who think I'm mean for chasing the fox off, the fox can go hunt somewhere else, and I don't want it to eat my backyard critters in front of me. That's just not what I want. I don't hate the fox, but I'm just not going to sit there while it eats my squirrel in front of me. That's just not going to happen. So anyway, that would make me very sad. My yard is a violence-free zone. My yard is a sanctuary, and if you can't respect that, you gotta go. So those are my rules. I'm sticking to them. And that might sound ridiculous to some of you, thinking, well, they're wild animals, they'll do what they do. Well, you know what? Actually, a lot of them are extra peaceful when they're in my yard. And it's like, anyway, point is, I'm going to chase it out if I see it. Sort of like if I see a firefly lighting up in a spider's web, I'm going to get it out of there. I'm not going to just let the spider take it. And some people would be like, oh, well, that was the, spider caught it fair square. No, it didn't. I'm sorry, because I was walking past. If I was walking past and the firefly is asking for my help because it's still flashing its light, because it's still alive, I'm going to pull that. Then I will assume that was meant to be. I was meant to be there. I didn't have to be there when that firefly was asking for help, but I was. So I am meant to rescue that, and I will I will get in there and I will rip it away from that spider. I had someone be like, oh, that poor spider once. I'm like, tough, like it got unlucky. Don't catch a firefly in front of me, because I'm going to rescue it. That's just what it is. It's like, you know what? Catch one of the many like horrible bugs that are all around my yard that I don't want. Prey on one of those for once. Like, actually do something, like do something useful. Grab one of my pest bugs. Don't grab my fireflies, okay? That's all I'm saying. Like, you can try again with someone else, but not my friend. You're not taking my friend, okay? I'm not going to feel guilty about that. I've literally had people be like, well, that's wrong. You shouldn't, like, the predator has to eat too, and like it caught that fair and square. I'm like, no, it didn't, because I was there. Like, if it had caught it and I was nowhere around, then I guess, then that was meant to be. But I was there, so it's also meant to be. I get to choose who's my friend and who I save too. That's also a story that can play out, and I'm not going to feel bad about it. Just like the spider's not going to feel bad for eating whatever the heck it eats next. Anyway, not sure why I'm telling you. Not sure why I'm going on about this. This is such a strange thing. Anyway. Maybe I'll just cut this whole part out. Not hating on the spiders either, but there are plenty of prey around. There are plenty of bugs out there. So, And also, the fireflies never bitten my foot several times or attacked me in my sleep. And I can't say the same for the spider. So, maybe not that one personally, but I'm just saying, if I have to choose between the two, I'm going to choose the one who's never tried to attack me and brings me joy, like every night that they're out during the summer. So, guys, everything that I come up with in a reading, it typically has a meaning. It's always meant something to the reading. So I really do feel like this has some significance to you guys. I'm not sure what it is, although something did occur to me that maybe the story of the firefly and the spider web, maybe that's sort of like you guys. Maybe you guys have kind of felt like you're the firefly stuck in the spider web. And spiders, like you've been stuck in a web for a while, or you've been, you feel like you're a prey or you've been trapped somehow in some sort of situation with maybe very negative people around, or maybe even some threats or something like that. And what I'm getting is that, like me with the firefly, you're finally maybe somebody's coming along to help, or at least the divine is intervening to help you. It's like how I kind of feel like the divine sent me to the firefly sometime. I don't know, maybe you guys are going to have some sort of chance encounter with someone, or I don't know, but it's sort of like there's some sort of angel coming in to help you, or there's some sort of person that's going to come in to help you guys, maybe unexpectedly, like out of the blue, or it's going to be some sort of very like serendipitous meeting, or something is going to be important to you guys. I'm not sure, but I'm just getting that if you guys have felt like you are in a scary situation, they're sending help. Like the spider's not going to get you. Or it's like you're going to be freed from the web. You're going to be untrapped. And maybe this web could even be within your own mind, is something that I'm getting. Maybe it's a web within your own head. Or, you felt trapped within yourself. Or felt trapped by your own beliefs. Or felt trapped by your own patterns or something like that. And again, you're going to be able to free yourself from those finally. And again, there might be somebody who's coming into your life that's going to be able to help you in that process. Just take what resonates. It'll be different for everyone here, but that's what I was picking up on. But for some of you, there might literally be someone coming to your rescue or giving you a very large amount of help, something like that. Anyway, you guys are about to succeed at something really exciting or have something very, very exciting and successful happen. I don't know, something really amazing is opening up for you. It's a big thing. And yeah, it's big. Anyway. And again, it could be more than one thing too. All right, and I'm just kind of getting that this is the message. I'm not getting a whole lot from your person, like your future spouse or whoever it is, your soulmate, whoever you're asking about. I mean, they are coming through like as, oh, you know what? Maybe they are watching. Maybe this person like knows that this is about to happen. There's something about like either they know in like their spirit. In spirit, they know, like their higher self knows, like they can sense it, or for some of you, that's the case. It's like they're one of your spirit guides, or it's like, part of their soul, their consciousness. Like it's like their spirit knows. But I'm actually getting that for some of you, it's like your person is around you already and they like know that something big is about to happen for you. Yeah, like for some of you, they know. You might know them already, actually, is something I'm getting. I'm seeing them actually, you know what, they might be one of the things that's gonna happen. Now that I think about it, because now I'm seeing the portal and I'm seeing a person on the other side of in the portal. So maybe one of the big things that's about to manifest is your future spouse, or like is your person, is your divine counterpart, or whoever it is that you're trying to or hoping to align with. I think that is one of the big things that's happening. Like you are just about to meet them if you haven't already. Because that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing them in the portal. It's like they can sense that you're just about to meet them. So that's the case for some of you. For others of you, it's like this is something else, but maybe they're watching you succeed at this, or they're helping you succeed at this, or it's like something about this happening is going to lead to you aligning with them, or it could be like, again, more than one thing is happening for you. So okay, we're going to get a few channel message cards before we go. These will just be some extra like love messages from your person. I cannot tell you how much more comfortable this is. This is so much nicer than the usual readings I do. Like for me at least, this is so much nicer. Usually just sitting under all of those lights alone are enough to just, you know, I have to expend a lot of energy just like coping with the lights being so bright and everything, because I have to have like really bright lights in order to make this camera like look good at all. So anyway, so again, if this is someone you haven't met yet, these could be things that they're going to think of, but it says, I've never been loved so tenderly. I know you can't see it. I'm sorry, guys. That's one bad thing about this lighting. Well, there's probably more than... There are some advantages and there are some disadvantages. I'm sorry about that. I'll probably go back to my usual lighting later, but I'm just really appreciating and enjoying this reprieve. This says, I want to fill your life with so much pleasure. I want to spoil you. This one says, I love the way you drive. I feel so safe. Thank you. That's nice. So like this person thinks you're a safe driver and they appreciate that. They always feel safe when they ride in a car with you. Or maybe this is something that or maybe this is something you say to them, something like that. But like, I think this is something, yeah, no, I'm getting like this person really appreciates that. They're like, thank you for being a like responsible driver and stuff. Maybe they've had like bad experiences in a car that really scared them or something, and like the way you drive makes them feel like safe and cared for, and they really appreciate that they don't have to feel worried and stuff. Anyway, this says, you made my dreams come true. Oh. And it looks like you're about to have your dreams come true too. So it's like, this one says, oops, this one says, you remind me of a Disney princess. That's cute. And or Disney prince, you know, if you're like a masculine, if you're a man and you feel like Disney princess does not, like if you're a masculine or a man and you feel like Disney princess doesn't suit you, then maybe like a Disney prince or something, or like that some sort of Disney character, but probably more likely the male lead in a Disney, some Disney. I just feel like I'm so tired all of a sudden. I don't know what I'm saying, I'm sorry, but hopefully you'll understand what I'm saying. Like maybe you remind them of like Prince Eric, for instance, or you remind them, or you feel like there's something about you where they feel like you look like you could be a prince, or there's something very like noble or honorable or very handsome about you. Like or some other sort of Disney movie, or like you know, like princess movie. I can't think right now. I can't think of an example, but hopefully you know what I'm... Okay. Well, I'm just too tired right now. Okay. And this one says, you're not too much for me. So if people had told you maybe that you're too much or too passionate or too expressive or too emotional or whatever it is in the past, basically whatever it is, you're not too much for this person. They like it. So you don't have to like hold back with this person, basically. Okay, well, that's all I've got for you, group 3. I hope you enjoyed that or got something out of that, or yeah, that it was helpful confirmation, or that, I don't know. I'm too tired, guys. Maybe I shouldn't have tried this. I felt inspired to, though. I felt motivated to do this. So anyway, I hope it's good enough that you got something out of that. And thanks for being here. I'm sending you guys lots of love. Take care, group 3. Bye. Oh, and I hope to see you guys again sometime. Did I say that? I don't remember, but hopefully I do see you again soon. So that would be nice. Okay, take care. Bye. Hi, group 4. Welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope that you'll get something good out of this. My voice is basically gone, guys, so I decided I'm going to be speaking very quietly in this excuse me. I'm going to be speaking very quietly in this group, and anyway, very relaxing vibe to this reading today, I guess. I should have probably known when I felt like filming it in the dark, basically, but anyway, okay. So this says, Warrior Woman, have you answered your deepest calling? And I'm sorry you can't see the card that well, guys. I know the lighting is definitely not ideal for that. Okay, so your person is coming through. Like they're feeling very proud of you, basically, for you answering your calling. I can't talk. I'm sorry. They want to say they're very proud of you. For you following your soul calling, for you following your path, for you answering the call. I'm hearing you're kicking ass and taking names. That's literally what I heard. You're like a badass. You've been really doing a lot, and you've been... I heard something strange in the background, sorry. Maybe you are kind of... I heard light warrior too. And then I heard Xena, so maybe you guys are you a warrior princess? I don't know. Or if you're a masculine watching, or a man, maybe not a warrior princess, but maybe, just some other type of warrior, whatever. But, some sort of warrior here is what I was picking up on, because we did have the warrior woman card. So I just wanted to mention, though, you don't have to be a woman. But, there is definitely that sort of warrior energy coming through, some sort. And, warrior doesn't have to mean, like weapons and physically fighting things. It can mean, you standing your ground, standing up for things that you believe in, things that are important, doing difficult things because they're the right thing to do, and, things like that too. So maybe you're fighting against some sort of injustice, for instance. There's all kinds of different ways that we can be a warrior without carrying a sword necessarily, I think probably most of us probably know that, but I just wanted to mention that. I mean, maybe you do, though. I don't know. Maybe you do have... Something's coming through about someone having a sword collection, actually, so that's a very specific detail. But that might be like a confirmation for someone, because that just came through. Maybe you do have swords, actually. Maybe somebody here actually does do sword fighting, or like fencing or something. That was really cool. Or like has armor, or maybe there's something coming through about like a cosplay or some sort of role player. I'm not sure, but there is something coming through, because I'm seeing chainmail. So I'm not sure so maybe some of you literally do dress as some sort of warrior, or some sort of knight, or some sort of... There might be something here about... That's interesting. So this might be like an extra confirmation for you, but again, this doesn't have to be the case. This could be that definitely doesn't have to be the case for everyone here. But you are a warrior in some way. You are fighting for something, or you have been. And it's something very admirable that you're doing, though, and you're helping other people with it. You're a hero, basically, or there is something heroic about you or what you've been doing. At least for some of you here. I mean, maybe not all of you would feel comfortable using that term for yourself, but there definitely is that feeling here, that would, I mean, that's what I definitely am picking up for some of you here. So, just take what resonates, but that is what's coming through. I'm also seeing someone volunteering to like dress up in character, maybe as like a superhero or something, and go visit children that are sick in a hospital or something like that too. So maybe some of you do something like that. But maybe that is like your vibe, though. Like maybe that's your like basically that is you, I think that is you. You have like a lion's heart is what I heard. You have a warrior's heart. And you're strong and brave and, yeah, courageous, noble. You're fighting for what's right is what I'm hearing. You're standing up for people who can't defend themselves, or creatures, that can't defend themselves, or there's something about, or like you have done that. I'm not sure if that is your calling, or if it's just they're acknowledging that you stand up for others, or you protect others, you defend others, or you would. Like maybe not all of you have been in a situation where someone was being hurt in front of you, or someone was being bullied or something. So maybe you haven't been in a situation where you've stood up for someone before, or had to defend someone before, or help in that sort of way. But I'm getting that you would be the type of person who would do that if that situation happened and you were around. I'm hearing you use your strength for good. You use your power for good. Sorry about my stomach if you can hear it. You're just really amazing, Group 4. You do have like this fierceness. You might come off as calm. I'm not sure. Some of you may, some of you might not, but you do have this fierceness, and there's like this fire. There's this like intensity to you that kind of boils under the surface, or it's like held in it's like, I don't know, but it's like I'm hearing it's well controlled, or it's like well tempered, or I don't know, but it's like it's not. There definitely is like you're just very cool. There's like a coolness to you, or there's definitely like, what's the right word? It's not control, but it's like, well, maybe, but discipline. I think that's a better word for it. It's like you're very disciplined, or you're very self-disciplined, or and dedicated to your causes. You're not afraid to stand up for what you believe is right, and again, you're very courageous. Like if something's wrong, you're going to do something about it. You're not just going to sit there and like complain in silence, basically, and like fume about it or complain to other people about it, but then never actually take any action. Like if there's something that you're not okay with, you're going to take action to try to change that. And that's very, I mean, you might complain about it, behind the scenes too, but like you will do something though. You will take action. You won't just sit there, And that is honor, like that is noble, or I don't know if that's even the right word, but like that's admirable. I think that's, that is admirable. Because a lot of people don't do anything about the things that are wrong or the things that they don't like around them, or they don't stand up for others. They don't stand up for their beliefs. They don't, but I feel like you do. You have convictions. You have a very strong moral compass. And you care about something being right. And you don't just take the easy way out. I'm hearing methodical. So maybe you are, but there's something about like I'm hearing you deserve it, or like you're worthy of the trust, like you're trustworthy. You can be, I just keep hearing they can trust you with it, or you can be entrusted with like large responsibilities because you are not going to cut corners, or I don't know, or there's something. Ow, what the hell? I don't know if this is the geomagnetic storm or what, but there's something about like, if I just keep hearing, I would trust you with my life. So I think that's them. They're saying, I would trust you with my life. Like, I don't trust many people. Okay, wow, that's weird. It's like channeling through I don't usually channel in first person, but I feel like I need to. This is like your person coming through. I would trust you with my life. Like, I do trust you with my life. I don't trust anybody. Like, I do not trust easily. I hardly trust anyone because most people aren't trustworthy, not like you are. You are very trustworthy. And I do trust you with my life because I know that you don't take that lightly. And I know that you are smart and you're capable, and you're not going to just rush through things and like do them half-assed. that's what I'm hearing, because like, okay, maybe sometimes if something's not that important, but if something's important, I know you're going to do it right. Like, I would trust you to do it right. I know you wouldn't I'm just hearing, I know you wouldn't let me down. Like, I know you would give it your all. You would try anything you could to, I don't know for what, but they're just saying this quality about you, that you truly try, you truly care, and you are strong, and you will put, again, you take action. This isn't just like empty promises or like you talk a good game or you say that you care, but then you don't really do anything. This is like you really do care, and you really do take action. And even if you don't always succeed, it's like you trying, you putting in that effort, like that is honorable, and that is admirable, and really attractive. It's very attractive to your person. So I'm just getting that I'm hearing you don't give up either. If like your soul is really in something, like you don't give up. or, you know, if you feel passionate about something, you stick with it. And they just think you're amazing. And they just want to compliment all these nice qualities of yours. They I'm just getting you get stuff done. And again, with the action, there is a lot of like masculine energy here coming through. So I wonder if maybe some of you are masculines. You don't have to be, for sure. I know most people who watch my channel identify as female, like 98% of you. So I guess maybe that's not. Interesting update. I checked it again, and actually now like almost 6% of my viewers are men. So that is, I mean, for almost 2 years, it was always at like only 2% were men and like 98% were female. Like when I looked at the, you know, the, why can't I remember the word? The things that, like the numbers, the things that show you like who, you know, like who's watching your videos. They show like the different age groups and stuff that watch your videos and blah, blah. Anyway, I don't know why I can't remember it. Guys, I'm so sorry. When I was doing this, I feel bad because I feel like this group deserves like so many compliments, and I feel like I just didn't do it justice. I feel like I couldn't think of the right words, but I couldn't. I was too tired. And then as I'm doing this editing, I'm still too tired. And like I try to come up with more flowery compliment. I can't. I'm sorry. More flowery compliments for you guys, but I can barely command. What am I saying? I can barely use the English language at this moment for some reason. I just this is why I really should do this while I'm more awake, but if I try to, it's just the way things are right now, guys. If I try to do things perfectly, and when I'm just like have 100% energy and feeling great, it's just not gonna get done right now. So this is just what we're working with at the moment. But I don't know why I keep laughing this much either. Probably because I'm really tired. But the whole thing is, I don't remember what I was saying. I'm sorry. I should probably just redo this, but I don't think I'm going to. Because it might just be just as bad the second time I try it, or worse. Okay, listen. Yes, okay. So for the longest time, 98% of my viewers were female. And now all of a sudden, recently, like I haven't checked it in several months, but it's like more, it's more than doubled. So I don't know, maybe this is why I'm getting more messages for masculines specifically, because I noticed with like the last reading, I was getting more specific messages coming through, and now I'm getting that again, and I'm thinking it's because the number has increased. So the intent, it's like the more of that energy that is present on the channel, the more easily I'm going to be able to get those messages. The more of that energy is going to come through. So I think maybe that is why this has happened, because I just deliver whatever messages come through, and just for the longest time there just hasn't been that much like specifically masculine. I mean, I try my best to make my readings oops, I'm dropping everything. I try to make my readings so that they can be for any gender watching, like I've tried that for years. I've tried to be more mindful about that, and specifically put extra effort into making it accessible for and like applicable to most people. At least I've tried to do that, and I've put extra effort into that. But I haven't really noticed more specific messages for masculines coming through until just recently. And I do think it's so cool that it correlated with it went right along with the increase in male viewers. So I just think that is, I just think that's cool. How, I mean, that makes sense, but I just think it's cool to actually get to see that happen and have that confirmation of, anyway, that I guess this probably wasn't necessarily, I just thought it was an interesting thing that I wanted to share, I guess. Okay, back to the reading. Anyway, they think you're really amazing. And again, they trust you and they feel like they, you know, I think they feel protected by you too. And I think they really love the way you protect others. They feel like you do protect others in some way, or you know, you help others feel safe. Champion, that's what I keep hearing. Or I also heard like activist, or so maybe some of you are into that, or you do something for a nonprofit or something like that. You do have like a very yeah, you're like you know, you would stand up to bullies. You're like the type of person who would, you know, stand up for someone if they were being bullied, or you would, you know, pull someone out of a burning car or something, you know. Even that's like the type of thing that I'm seeing. Like, you guys are heroes. That's what I'm getting. Or like, even if you haven't done anything heroic yet, you are the type of person who would. If like you ran across that scenario, you would do that. You are heroes. You are warriors. You are brave. And really, I feel very honored to do this reading. I'm sorry, I know I'm like half asleep, but really, you guys are amazing. Or I'm also getting teacher. I'm seeing like a teacher who like protects her students or something, or, you know, it doesn't have to be her, or, you know, protects their students. I think. Anyway, this person basically just wanted to come through and point out all these amazing qualities of yours that they see. And again, I just felt like I needed to mention that, you know, this is a reading for a large group of people. So just take what resonates. Again, maybe not everything that I said sounds right for you, or you don't feel like it does describe you. So that just means that that particular message just probably isn't for you, and that's probably for somebody else that is watching the same group, because there are multiple people coming through for this, you know, there are many different. So anyway, hopefully that makes sense. I usually do say that, and I figure most of you probably know that, but I just felt like I was just supposed to remind someone again, because I do feel like maybe someone here wasn't feeling like this did describe them, or I don't know, maybe it's just that you're incredibly humble and so you find this uncomfortable. I'm not sure, or you just don't think you are that amazing, or you just don't know that that's in you. But I would at least try to stay open to the fact that maybe this does actually describe you. You don't have to accept anything, you know, but you know, maybe this is you, or maybe it's more like you than you think it is. Maybe more of these qualities are going to be coming out soon or something. That's also possible. I'm getting there might be some sort of big responsibility that ends up falling on your shoulders is something I heard, or being given to you. And like you have what it takes to. I'm getting like I'm seeing someone that like inspects very dangerous things, like make sure everything is safe and working the way it should be, so that like a disaster doesn't happen. Like for instance, at like a nuclear power plant or something, you would be someone who like inspects things and makes sure everything is working like it should be and that it's safe. And I don't think that's probably literal. Like I think this is probably just an example, although it could be. Maybe you are someone who does something like that. But I'm just getting a feeling like you might have a career where you do like oversee something that it would be like catastrophic if something went wrong. And so there's like a lot of responsibility and pressure on you to make, or at least a lot of responsibility to make sure things go right, to make sure things are functioning the way they should, because a lot of people's lives are on the line if things go wrong. You're at least the type of person that would be good for a position like that, because you are very responsible and you do care, and you you wouldn't cut corners and you would pay close attention. And yeah, again, that whole like I would trust you with my life thing. So sorry guys. I think I'm just gonna get to the channeled message cards now, before I lose my voice entirely now. I'm also hearing I would trust you with my child too. So maybe for some of you, you do work with children, or like this person does have a child or something possibly, or if that's not if you don't know that yet, then that probably wouldn't be the case. But God, what the heck? I feel like I'm about to cry and I don't know why. It feels like there's something stuck in my throat. It's the weirdest thing. Maybe someone really needs to say something. I don't think this person has children unless like I don't think that would be the case unless you knew that they did. It's like if you don't know for sure that they do, most likely they don't, is what I'm getting. But like maybe it's sort of like they would trust you. Like if you guys did end up having kids, it's sort of like they want you, like if they would trust anyone to be like the co-parent of their child, like it would be you. Like if they were going to have a child with anyone, they would want it to be you because they feel like you would make a really good parent. So I noticed that I said co-parent, and so okay, so it is possible for some of you that this person does have children. Maybe some of you already know that, so that would be a message for you. But otherwise, if you don't know if they have children or not, I think it's probably most likely that they don't. For those of you watching this reading, I think that's most likely. But it's kind of like if they did have children, they would want you to be the parent of their child, was what I was picking up on. Or this could even be like a pet, like they would trust you with their, and for a lot of us, our pets are like our kids, or our pets are like our family. And so, if someone does trust you with their pet, that that's like that's a special thing for a lot of people. Like I know with my dog, she's not with us anymore, but like, you know, I never wanted to leave her with anybody because I didn't trust her. I said her, but I meant them. I did trust her. She was like an angel. She was wonderful, and I did trust her. She would have been a sweetheart to anybody, but I did not trust. I didn't trust anyone else really to leave. There were very, very few people that I trusted with her, and somebody I did trust with her did something that I was very upset about. So anyway, you know, I was very protective when it came to like who I left with my dog. So maybe your person's kind of like that. It was a special thing when I felt like I could trust somebody, you know, with my angel. Basically, she was like my angel. She is my angel, but she's just not incarnated anymore. But anyway, so I don't know, maybe it's something like that. But we're just going to get some channeled message cards now. I don't know why I feel like I'm supposed to mention this, but if someone has been getting readings where they say that someone has a child, this is so random, but I'm just getting like, if you've been having other readings that say that someone has a child, I'm getting like they might not have a child. Like if you don't know this person yet and you're thinking, oh, does this person have a child? Like they might, but I'm also getting that it's possible that they might not have like an actual like human child. Excuse me, it might be like a pet. They might have like a pet that they're very close to that they call like their child, you know, like a fur child, you know. It might, and if it's a tarot reading, you know, like the reader might be reading it like it's a human child, but it might actually be their pet that's more like a child to them. So I don't know why I felt like I needed to say that to someone, but that could be helpful, I guess. Or if you're a reader, like maybe that's something you might want to like mention when I don't know. I don't know why this is coming up, but I just was getting that, so I don't know. I'm not sure. But maybe like there might be something where like you keep being told like that your person has a child. And so then you might be like expecting to meet someone that already has a child if they're your person. And I'm getting like to not, I don't know, this is an interesting message, but to like not write off somebody who doesn't have a child, that they could still be your soulmate, like they could still be your person if they, you know, because it could be like actually a pet that's coming through like a child in these readings. So I just felt, I don't know, but that's just what was coming through. Okay, that might help someone out. Okay, on the bottom of the deck it says, I want to open up to you. So you make this person feel like they can open up to you, or maybe this person like, oh, I mentioned the thing about the throat. Okay, maybe this person does want to open up to you, like they want to express something to you that they've been holding back, or they feel like they should hold back for some reason, but they want to open up. Or they want to say something. This says, I really appreciate your advice. So if you gave this person some sort of advice, they really appreciate that, or some sort of like encouragement or something like that. This says, we make a great team. Or like if you gave them some sort of feedback on something. We make a great team. Sorry, you can't really see these very well. Oh my God, guys. It says, you're so strong. After everything that this just goes so perfectly with everything I just channeled. Yeah, exactly. You are so strong. Like your morals, your characters, your integrity, that's the word for you. You have like really strong integrity, And yeah, you're like mentally very strong. And I think you might be physically very strong too. That's possible for some of you. But if nothing else, it's like your, again, your heart, your soul, your mind, your will is very, very strong. You do have the knight in shining armor feeling to you, like you are like a hero. I know I've said that before, but I'll say it again. You do have that to you, you know, like where you would like not give up until you completed your quest, you know, like you could entrust, you're the type of person you could entrust with something completely priceless and, you know, trust you to get it to its destination, like through you know, all kinds of different obstacles. Like I am literally, for some reason I'm seeing a baby again. I don't know why this keeps coming up, but like I guess because it's something very precious. But it's like I'm seeing like a knight that has like a baby that's like carrying a baby in one arm and like a sword in the other, and is like riding the horse with like, I don't know, like that's not really safe to do that, but like it's like riding the horse with no reins basically, or like the reins held in the hand with the sword. And I don't know, that looks kind of dangerous. I don't think that would be the right way to go about that. But basically like managing to do all of this and like fight through enemy, like I'm seeing fighting like a bunch of like basically fighting a battle. Like there are people all over the place, and like you're fighting, sword fighting on a horse with like a sleeping baby in one arm, and you know you managed to protect that baby without ever even waking it up or so. I don't know why I'm seeing that, but it's like you have this, like you would be able to do the impossible basically. Like you would make sure nothing touched that baby, and you would get everything. You would, you know, you would defeat every obstacle, you would defeat every danger, you would fend off anything. And you know, for some of you, maybe you are a single mom or a single parent, and maybe that's why I keep seeing, you know, things about kids and babies coming up. So that obviously that's not for all of you watching this group, but for some of you, that could be why I'm picking up on that. So I just wanted to acknowledge you guys. This would be like a, you know, confirmation for you. Maybe that's something your person's really going to admire about you, or that they already admire, is that you're such an amazing parent, that you've done such a great job raising your child, making it through all of the obstacles and challenges, and having to do all of that by yourself. If you have had to do it by yourself, maybe some of you have had help, or you know, you do have a good relationship with the parent of your child, and you know, you guys have been able to successfully co-parent even though you're not together. But for others of you, maybe you have really had to do a lot by yourself, and you know, have a job and raise your child, and maybe you haven't had a lot of help. So I think, you know, I just wanted to acknowledge you guys. It's like that is coming through, that you guys are like this hero almost to this person, or you know, you are the hero of the story, because you've had to do so much, and it has not been easy at all. It's been a huge challenge. So anyway, and like make it to the other side, make it to where you were going. Because now I'm also seeing you like wading through a river, and like, you know, like going through all these things. And I'm just getting again that like you would do it well. You know, not only did you make it through all of that, but like the baby doesn't have a scratch on them. The baby never even woke up, you know, like it's just sleeping peacefully, and like you have this gentleness, like you're able to cradle this baby and keep it safe and comfortable and protected and comforted at the same time that you're like, you know, sword fighting and you know, like slaying things. I don't know why I'm getting that, but it's like you're slaying with one hand and you're like, you're comforting and cradling and nurturing and protecting and being really soft and gentle. Like you can do like both at the same time. Like you have this beautiful softness and this nurturing, and at the same time you're strong and like fierce, and you can do both at the same time, almost like simultaneously. It's like I'm kind of getting, yeah, I don't know, but it's very attractive. I can see what your person sees. I don't know. This is like I guess that's why I was hearing badass in the beginning, like you are, but at the same time you are like, you're both, you're more of a badass because you're like, you're not just a hardened badass. You're like a soft, gentle, sweet, like you have that side too. Like you can do both. Like you're like all of it. I don't know. I'm trying to think of an example, like a character. I just can't, guys. I'm too tired, I guess. But I don't know, but the way your person sees you, they see you as a hero. Literally, they really do. Because again, I'm just seeing you you scoop up like a, like you scoop up like any, like a, I'm just seeing you like doing all these, like almost cliche heroic things, like rescuing a cat from a tree. Like you're doing all of these. I mean, maybe you literally have done that, or like you would, but it's like and giving it back to a like this little grandma, or like you're pulling people out of like burning buildings, and you're like a knight in shining armor, and you've got this I don't know, but like you're doing all the heroic stuff. Like I'm just seeing, I mean, maybe you're a feminine watching, and so maybe this won't like fit as well, but like I'm just seeing, I don't know, but I'm just seeing like a whole bunch. I don't know why this is the image I'm getting. Maybe I'll just cut this out. But like I'm seeing a whole bunch of women just like swooning, like they just watch, like they're just watching you, like they're just like watching you from the sideline doing all these heroic things, and just like women are just like falling all over the place, and like just like, oh my god, like look at that here. I don't know if I'm getting like a scene from a movie, but I can't place it. But like, I don't know, but they just really, they just see you that way. Like they think everybody is like looking at you with the same adoration as they do. And maybe they do, I mean, why not? Because it seems like you're really amazing. So maybe you don't see yourself that way. I don't know, but that's how this person sees you. They just think, they do think you're their hero, or they do think you are a hero. Or like, again, you would be, if the occasion arose, if the opportunity was there, you would, because maybe you're like, oh, I've never done any of these things well, but maybe it's just because the situation hasn't ever occurred. And I hope it doesn't, because I hope like no tragedies are occurring. But if one did and you were there, I know you would do this. Like, I feel like you would, you would be the type that would, like, it would kick in. It's like maybe it would like awaken, and then you would leap into action. Like, I feel like that's you. Because I feel like someone here was like selling themselves short, or like, well, no, I've never done anything that heroic. But yeah, but you would though. And you might in the future. So anyway, this says, I love your eyes. So this person loves your eyes. But like this person knows you've got it in you. They know you would do this. And I think they like maybe they imagine things like this sometimes. I don't know. Maybe they like to imagine. Maybe they even do have like a fantasy of being like a damsel in distress, or like maybe they do have a fantasy about you rescuing them, or they have fantasies about like watching you rescue other people, like babies and pets, and I don't know, or doing whatever heroic things. Or like I'm hearing whistleblower, like being a whistleblower, like standing up for people's rights, or being an activist, or whatever it is. But you like helping other people and doing your thing. It's this person really likes it a lot. They find it really attractive. I don't know why I just heard knight to e4. Isn't that that's the scene, that's the chess scene from Harry Potter. Like, in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, when Ron sacrificed himself to, win the chess game, basically so that Harry could check the king in it. Anyway, so that they could win the chess game, Ron sacrificed himself. He was a knight in that game, and I can't remember if that's the position that he took in order to sacrifice himself. But again, we have the knight in shining armor thing, because Ron was a knight in that game and he was sacrificing himself so that he could, for the greater good, basically. So and I think that might have been what he said. He might have said knight to e4, like that might have been the position. That might have been the line. I can't remember if that's the position, but for some reason that's what I heard specifically. So if that wasn't what he said in the movie, I feel like it might actually have some other significance to you. I don't know. Maybe you're playing chess, or maybe you do play chess. I'm not sure what it is, but I feel like that actually will be a specific. If that's not the line from the movie, I feel like that's still a specific confirmation or synchronicity or something for someone. If it is, and I didn't get that, and it's not from the movie, if you want to tell me, that would be cool. I can't get these cards to shuffle. Why won't they go together? I'm like smacking it. It won't. What? I've never had this happen with this deck. Okay, there it goes. Finally. What was that? I don't know what that means. I know that means something. I don't know. I'm getting this message that like why this. Okay, like this person actually, I do feel like I'm talking to a masculine, but you don't have to be like a man. Maybe you're just like, you could be a woman but still identify as a masculine, or maybe you don't identify as masculine at all either. Again, I feel like this is a very mixed group. I feel like this reading, there are all kind. It just feels like I'm reading for a very diverse. I can't talk anymore, guys. I'm sorry. It's like it's Mercury retrograde, but worse. Anyway, it's like I feel like I'm reading for a very diverse group of people here. So this particular part might not resonate for you. I feel like and this reading is just one of those where you really, really do have to you very much do have to take what resonates. And, there are definitely, I think, portions. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's not definitely, but I feel like it's likely that a lot of you, it will only be certain portions resonate. And then other portions, you'll know that's definitely not your message. So anyway, but I don't know, or like, but there's something about like, they like to watch you open specifically I'm getting a pickle jar, but like they like to watch you open jars. Like it's very attractive to them. Like, I don't know, it makes them feel like taken care of or something, or that they just like watching like how I'm getting like they admire, like they just think like they like to see how strong you are. I don't know, but it's like They like watching you open jars. Like, they'll ask you to open jars, not because they can't open it. Well, okay, sometimes maybe they can't open the jar. As somebody who has been, single and lived alone before and not been able to open the damn jars, I'm serious. It's embarrassing, but like, there have been moments where I literally could not eat my food. Again, it's an embarrassment admission. I literally could not get the jar open. I had to give up. Like, I was not able to get the jar open, and I just couldn't eat the food. And that was a humbling and upsetting moment. I was like, I need one of those devices that opens the jars, but I didn't want to take up the counter space. And I'm like, I'm sure I'll be able to, like, eventually I'll be able to get this thing open. I have like enough grippy things, and like, I'm not like that weak. But, well, okay, there were times when, but anyway, I don't know why I'm going into this, but like I just couldn't get the jar open. I tried with all my might, and I tried everything I had, and I still couldn't get this damn jar open. Luckily, that hasn't happened very often. It was an ice cream thing anyway. Well, at least the one time it was. And I'm like, well, maybe this is just, but I really wanted that, and I could not get that thing open. I was like whacking it on things. I was running it under hot. I tried everything. I had grippy things, and I was just like, and I'm like, okay, I know I have more strength than this. Why is this? It was a very hard jar, though, to open. In my defense, it was extremely hard. Someone else finally did try to help me with that jar, and they're a truck driver, and they had trouble getting that jar open. So I'm just saying, they're not always easy, okay? But what I am getting is that the main reason they ask you to open the jar isn't because they can't get the jar open. It's because they like to watch how strong you are when you open the jar. It's just attractive to them, and also it makes them feel like cared about, basically. So like, I don't know why that's coming through, but that's it basically. Where was I going with this? I don't remember. Just something about the jar thing was coming up. Or like doing other things that are like lifting heavy stuff. They like to watch you. Basically, they find it's like an opportunity for them to admire your strength, and it's attractive to them. So anyway, it's not like they're just trying to make you do more stuff. Like, but it's just like, you look so good doing it. Like, it's just, they find it, they just, it's just attractive to watch you. So anyway, I feel like that might be one of the reasons why they do that. Again, if like parts of this might not resonate for you, so just, take what does. But oh God, I'm tired. I'm way past tired. I should just stop. Oh my God, guys. Okay, I'm not even kidding you. Listen, look. Oh, you probably can't see. Damn. Okay, I wondered if this card was going to come out. That's why I grabbed this deck. On the bottom of the deck, it says, will you let me be your knight in shining armor sometimes? Okay, but what I'm getting is like, they like it when you are, well, maybe it could be that too. Like, maybe since you're so heroic, maybe sometimes they kind of wish they could switch and like kind of be like your hero sometimes. But it could also be that, like, this again, though, I feel like it's just showing like that they feel like you are their knight in shining armor, or you are like a knight in shining armor. You have that heroic nature to you. It's like a huge confirmation. And this says, you're an angel in my eyes. Oh yeah, like they see you like an archangel. Like, because I'm seeing like Archangel Michael with his sword, and like, yes, that is kind of the energy. It's like angelic and protective and like gentle, and like, is gentle enough for the most precious and vulnerable of souls. And like, that's who they protect. And but very, very strong and like, you know, and will slay things if need be, you know, like they have swords and stuff. So anyway, it says you're an angel in my eyes. Yeah, I do think they see you like an angel. Yes. Okay, this is just a comfort. It says, I want to be the one you can trust, a person you can count on. I want to be worthy of that trust. Yeah. Okay. So I almost feel like I feel like they do want to be like your match. Like they want to be worthy of your trust as well. Just like you're so trustworthy. But also I feel like this is just a further acknowledgement of everything I've said, like confirming everything I said about how they feel you're so trustworthy, you know? Okay. Well, that is it now. This is definitely all I've got for tonight. I am tired. So I'm going to leave it here, guys. Thank you for being here, group 4. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you again. Oh, right. Did I say that? I don't remember. It is an honor to read for you. And this is just a really great energy, I think. I think this is amazing. So I really enjoyed this reading. Yeah. Thank you for being here. Sending you guys lots of love. I hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye.